last week where I burped during the middle of the top 5 podcast?
Yes.
And Nate lost it.
Yeah.
He was dying of laughter. I think you even burped when we were on here.
I burped a lot.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, anyway, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 3rd episode of the MTVM Podcast, also known as the Movie, Television, Video Games, and Music Podcast. This is a weekly podcast that I do, usually on Thursdays. Last week I did it on Tuesday because I did something last Thursday, but we're back on the Thursday schedule, so good to be back on normal schedule. And I think tonight's going to be a great episode. We do have some really good topics, and joining me are two of my co-hosts for this podcast. Would you guys like to say a few words or just introduce yourself?
I'll go first. Hey, what's up, you guys? Film Fan 0599 here again. I am back on the MTVM Podcast. This is episode number 3. We had a very successful 2 episodes beforehand. So hopefully this 3rd episode doesn't suck, because the 3rd installment and things usually suck sometimes. So let's hope this 3rd installment doesn't suck.
All right.
Oh, it's my turn.
Andrew.
All right, I'm Andrew. Excited to talk about some stuff, especially some television stuff I'm really looking forward to, and some movie reviews that I got that I'm looking forward to. So can't wait.
Yep, tonight should be fun. I have a couple people in the live chat. Danny Russman, who is always first on the live chat. So
Danny is dedicated as fuck. He's always here.
Yes, first. He is. I love
Danny,
it.
Mad props to you, because nobody can be first but you.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless somebody else decides to be first. Watch, there's going to be one time where someone comes here mad early just so Danny can be first. And to that person, whoever you are, you suck, because Danny's the best.
Yes.
All right, and Sammy's also on the live chat. Hey, Sammy.
Hey, Sammy.
Justin Williams. What's up, man? And Jerome's on the live chat, too. So.
Oh,
yes.
Jerome.
I want to thank you guys for.
Oh, well, screw you, okay?
There's 2 guys and a female.
I know who he's talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about me and Double Nine being the guys, and Diego's obviously the female.
Oh,
obviously.
That's just great. Well, hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. So
we got a fun one.
So let's get started right away. So the first topic we always do is video game topics, because that's always the one that we have the least topics for. So I think Double Nine, you have.
I do have. Oh Lord! But I do have one topic for video games, and this is a pretty interesting one. Maybe Andrew could join me on this, because he might know about this too. But EA is in a little bit of a rut right now. Star Wars Battlefront 2 Reddit posts from EA receives over 680,000 downvotes. This is the most downvoted comment in the history of Reddit.
Damn.
And this was
this is news to me.
And this was regarding the apparently something about boxes for multiplayer or something, and people were not too happy about it because they had to pay.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, because a lot of people were not too happy about it because EA, let's be for real, they are greedy bastards. They want your money. Let's be for real. They did this with the original Battlefront. That's all. As much as I like a lot of their games. The Battlefront, not Battlefront. Battlefield is one of my all-time favorite franchises. These guys really do they're money hogs. They want you to pay a lot of money for these season passes. The season passes are almost as much as the games, actually. They're $60. And if for what, a couple of packs and stuff like that, I mean, at least with the WWE games, it's $20 for the season pass. That's it.
I would say so.
That's a reasonable price, if you know what I mean. That's a reasonable price. But why do you have to be so outrageous with money like this? And good on Reddit, even though good on Reddit for downvoting this comment and being we don't want this bull crap. Please stop. So yeah, that was just crazy to me that that was the most downvoted post in the history of Reddit. That is quite crazy. I wanted to just discuss that real quick.
Well, Jerome's the man. He says, bullshit, Diego's a Latino, Justin Timberlake. You two better be nice or else he'll take you both out on a date. And let's just say he'll be the dominant one.
I mean, hey, if Diego's paying, I don't care.
And, he also says, the only thing I appreciate the most from EA is the Dead Space trilogy. I hear that's a great game.
The original
Oh, you can go.
Okay, the original. I haven't played the third one, but the first two Dead Space games are incredible.
Okay, I have not played any of the games, but there's an animated movie that came out. It was on Netflix. I think it was called Downfall or something. It wasn't very good.
Okay, I remember that, but I didn't watch it.
Voice acting was pretty awesome.
I've played the first one a little bit. I actually want to go back and replay it.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, no.
I don't have too
I think
much
it had
experience
in GameSpot. I think it had like a 9.0 out of 10, which is a pretty high score. So.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got to say about your topic, Double Nine?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Andrew, I know you have 2 topics for video games, so.
Yeah, I got 2. Both of them are game reviews. The first one I recently actually finished playing Until Dawn, which is PlayStation exclusive, I believe.
Okay.
I just recently finished it, and I'll just say my thoughts about it. I actually went into this completely blind. I had no idea what it was about. No idea what the concepts were. I just played it just because, I heard it was good. So I go, I'll check it out. And basically what it's about is 2 girls. They end up dying, but it's in some weird way. Like they fall off a cliff, but they're like, oh, what caused them to fall off the cliff? So, a year later, they was at this cabin, and a year later, the brother, which is actually played by, or voiced by Rami Malek, who is in Mr. Robot and is going to be Freddie Mercury in the Freddie Mercury biopic. So I was actually very excited to see him because I enjoy Mr. Robot. I really like him because I think he does really good, and I'm excited to see him in the Freddie Mercury biopic. And so he invites everybody back a year later, and there's an axe murderer going around, pretty much trying to terrorize them and whatnot. And I really enjoyed it. Now, I wasn't generally surprised. Okay, I'll say this. I said when I was playing this, I go, this person is definitely the
killer.
The killer. And then something happens where I go, okay, maybe they're not the killer. And then they ended up being the killer. So I thought they did a really good job. It's kind of like something like that Scream did where they're like, oh, this is Billy. And then they kind of debunk it being Billy, but it ended up being Billy Loomis anyway. So I thought that was really cool. There's also something else that's going on because it's more than just a killer. And it's a horror game, but it's also a mystery. So I really like uncovering the mystery as the game goes on. And I really like it, what ended up being the end result. And this is actually a concept in this is very similar to the Telltale games where each choice, it's one of those games where you can make a choice and each choice affects how you play. It actually is reliant on the butterfly effect. Now, if you're not familiar with the butterfly effect, what the theory is that a butterfly can flap its wings, and by that, it can cause a hurricane a few weeks later. Whether you believe it or not, we're not here to talk about it, but I think they do that. They actually show you when you make a choice that changes the course of the game, which is really cool. And another thing that is a concept that I thought was really good is that you could find these things called totems where there's a bunch of different ones. Like there's one called the death totem. So if you find a death totem, if you find a death totem, it'll show a character in the game dying. And you go, all right, I don't do that in order for this character to live. And I was actually reading something, and there is a way for all the characters to survive or all the characters could die. So, which I think is really cool. So I'm definitely going to replay it again to see how anything turns out. and which is cool. So it has that replayability factor, which I always enjoy in the game. And then Hayden Panettiere is also voices one of the characters, and which I think she does a good job as well.
She was my favorite character in the game, actually.
Yeah. The only problem I have with the game is that, like I said in the beginning, how the girls get outside, the twins that die in the beginning, there's a prank that is pulled on them, and I did not like that because it made all the characters that pulled the prank on them, I just instantly didn't like them, and for a while I did not care if they died or not. So I did find the characters to be very unlikable. Some of them actually really grew on me, but there's one character in particular that I just couldn't stand, and I'm going to be honest, she ended up dying in my game, and I didn't care that she died. I was actually very happy that she died. So that's the problem. If they're going to do something like this, at least make the characters likable. If I were to score this game, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. I do think it's a really good game. And if you're into, the whole mystery aspect or choices, like, kind of like a Telltale or LA Noire type of thing, you can like it. Oh, and another problem I have with it, I think they're a little bit too reliant on jump scares. But, other than that, I thought it was a very good game. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the choices you got to make. There's a lot more choices you got to make. I feel like the choices in this game, you make more choices, and I feel like they have a more impact on the game than the Telltale games. But I think just the Telltale games are just constructed better.
Yeah.
Or at least The Walking Dead and The Wolf Among Us in particular, I think they're just constructed better because, if a character dies in either of the game, I like the characters better in those games rather than this game. But I give it an 8.5 out of 10, like I said.
All right, so far we got a couple of comments in the live chat as you were talking. Sammy says he needs to finish playing until dawn, but so far it's pretty good. So it seems like so far he's enjoying the game as well. And Jerome says if they all died, if only that happened in Rough Nightmare and Fisted Anus.
They all died at the end.
I'll give you another example. Die Every One Kid. That's a movie I wanted every character to die as well. Ryan McDonald's in the live chat. What's up? He said, playing The Sims 4 and all my characters died. Fuck my life. Sorry. Jerome says this, Andrew. He says, I want to see Hayes in a House stream Cuphead. Didn't you talk about that last week? Cuphead?
Yeah, Cuphead. I do own Cuphead.
Or 2 weeks ago, you talked to Cuphead.
Yeah, the first episode I did Cuphead.
Okay. Well, he says he wants to see you do a live stream of that. So if you're willing to do that.
Hey, I'll consider it.
Yeah, actually, I saw like a commercial of someone playing it, and it looked mad fun. I'm not even gonna lie.
It is very fun. It's hard, but it's fun.
All right, Andrew. And what's your next video game topic?
My final topic is a review on something a game Double Nine talked about, a game that just came out, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I'm interested in hearing that because the trailer looks fantastic. So, how was the game?
I will say this. The first one, it got a lot of hate for the way it was constructed. I will say this. I can understand why those people were upset. Personally, I was not because I bought the game, I played it, and I had a lot of fun. And ultimately, that's what I want in a game is to have fun. And I did have a lot of fun playing with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think they improved upon in this game. Because what I liked about in the first one is, it was pretty much, for lack of a better term, it's pretty much Call of Duty, but with Star Wars. And it's pretty much, I guess if you were to say, you take Call of Duty and you take Overwatch, you combine the two, and it has Star Wars elements, but it's not like as, like with Overwatch, each character is different. This one, it's more Call of Duty. It has the Call of Duty aspects, but with Overwatch, it's more of a team game than with Call of Duty. One person can run the whole game. And in this one, I like it because they add more characters. Because the first one came out right before The Force Awakens came out, and I would have liked to see Rey and Kylo Ren, and just a little bit more of those characters because they only had a few. They I know I was really good with Darth Vader, and I was really good with Luke and Han Solo. But there were only very few. Like, they had Leia, those kind. But in this one, they have a lot. Like, they have Darth Maul in this one. They got Kylo Ren, Rey. They got Yoda is in this one. And I would like to see them add a lot more. I would actually like to see the two characters I want to see Obi-Wan from the prequels. And I want to see, believe it or not, Anakin Skywalker. I think that would be cool to see those two characters. Mm-hmm. And
just not hating Christian
and
for the voice.
No, like, I'm talking about, like, the Clone Wars.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I've seen the cartoons, not the animated CGI show, but like they had a cartoon show. They had like 2 short movies. Now those are really good.
I know what you're talking about.
And I'll say this: what they improved upon that I really liked is the spawning system. You spawn in a group of people now, which I think is awesome. And I also think the way you obtain characters is better, because in the first one you could just randomly find a token. You can become a character, which I thought was stupid because, anybody can find a character early on in the game. And then they could dominate the whole game. But in this one, you pretty much build up. You got to get enough points, and you get points by playing well. So if you play well enough to get, Darth Vader, that's cool. Also, not all the heroes are obtainable at the same time. Like, there's only a few that are available to you when you first start the game, like Kylo Ren, I believe Rey, Bosk, Boba Fett, Yoda, Han, and only a few. But, like, there's so many more that you have to unlock. Like, I just recently, yesterday or the day before, unlocked Darth Vader, which is the one character I really wanted because Darth Vader is my favorite, and I just want to play as him. And another cool thing is that you could be other people besides the heroes, like, because you could be the droids, which I think are real cool. And, like, you're just a regular droid, but you could build up enough points to be a super battle droid, which I think is awesome. And I think the best part about this is just the look of everything. I think it's absolutely a beautiful-looking game. Mm-hmm. And you go to all these different worlds, and they just look beautiful. Like, I love exploring and seeing the different stuff. I think that's awesome. And I'm trying to think if I won't say that there's any negatives that I have with it right now, because the game did just came out 2 days ago, and while I have played it, I don't think I've played it enough where I found something wrong with it. But I do like it a lot. I would give it like a 9 out of 10 so far.
Okay. Is
what I would give it.
Have you played the game Double Nine or no?
No, not yet. I haven't gotten the game yet, but I do want to play it at some point because
I do think it's a step above the first one.
Yeah, because I enjoyed it at first, but then it got boring after a while.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Jerome says, if it was the prequel Anakin, I want to see him crash and burn in that pod racer. Yeah, so do I.
Oh, one thing I forgot is that I think they vastly improved on, because you could do, battles in space. I think they vastly improved on the mechanics of how you operate the ship, because I felt like it was too easy in the first one to fly the ship, because I would go like 30 and something without dying because it was just so easy. And this one, I feel like it would be more realistic to fly, and it's harder, which I like.
Yeah, I mean, judging from the trailer, the visuals just looked amazing.
Absolutely, it's a beautiful game. I think the best thing about it is the visuals.
Oh, okay. So then it's safe to say you would definitely recommend the game to people.
I do recommend it. If you were very disappointed by the first one, I would say pick up this one, because I don't think you would be disappointed. Okay.
All right. So that concludes our video game topics for today. Now we're going to be going to music. That's usually the second topic we do anyway. So we're going to go to music. So I'll start. I have 2 topics actually today.
Cool.
All right. So my first topic is let me just say this first. What I was going to originally do, because I remember Double Nine in the first week, he did a section like Is There Any Hope for Maroon 5? And then the following week, I did a review of that album. So basically doing a follow-up. I did. So I was going to do the same thing today because last week he did the Taylor Swift one. Is There Any Hope for Taylor Swift? And I was going to listen to her new album and review it. But here's the problem. Her new album's not on Spotify. The only way you can listen to it is you pay $11.99 or $12.99 to listen to it. And you know what? I'm not feeling it.
Apparently, apparently, here's what happened. Apparently, it's not. It's gonna be on streaming services tonight. Apparently, she wanted to wait a week or something like that. I don't know why. Yeah, but but you're gonna get your ass handed to you by Eminem and Green Day. So,
well, I'm glad you mentioned that because one of my topics is actually the new Eminem album that's going to be released tomorrow. Now, this is probably not news to hardcore Eminem fans out there. Now, I myself, I'm not like that fan who has listened to all of his albums, all of his songs. I mean, I think he's a great artist. I do love his music. I think he's made some fantastic songs. I'm just saying I'm not like that hardcore fan that knows his albums like by name and all that kind of stuff. But he is coming out with a new album tomorrow. What does it drop, at midnight tonight?
Yes, drop it at midnight, boys.
Yep, and new album is called Revival, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Now, here's the thing. There's one song out, and I actually do like the song a lot. It's called Walk on Water with Beyonce. Have you heard that song?
Yes, I have. Great song.
Great song.
Fantastic. I loved it.
Well, I can really see that song being a hit on the radio, like, pretty soon. Relatively, probably like next week or in 2 weeks, you're going to hear that song a lot. So if you haven't heard it, inevitably you're going to hear it. And it's a really good song. Even as someone who isn't the biggest fan of Beyonce, I actually think when she sings the chorus and all that, it's actually great.
She actually adds a lot to the song just as much as Eminem does. So it's really great.
And it's awesome how both of them, I think this is the first time they've ever collaborated together. So hearing a song with both of them, performing together for the first time and seeing how greatly it works together, I think it's pretty awesome. So I do like it a lot. I'm looking forward to the album. Maybe I'll review that album next week, just to follow up, because this is pretty much, I'm talking about, it's like an announcement. So
yeah.
Do you guys have anything you want to add to that? Like, are you guys excited? Do you guys care? Are you guys fans of Eminem? Like, what do you guys?
Oh no, I love Eminem. He's probably my favorite rapper. And like, honestly, I'm like, I don't want to say I'm a huge rap fan, but I'm pretty into rap. Like, I really like rap a lot. Mm-hmm. And Eminem is definitely my favorite out of anybody. I think he's the best. And I'm, really excited to hear what he has.
Yeah. Same here. He's my favorite as well. I love his music a lot. I've heard all of his studio albums. You were talking about that one those people that like have heard all of his. One of those people because he's literally like in my top 5. If we're talking just like solo artists, he's like in my top 5 of all time. I love this dude a lot. And I'm really excited for his new album, Revival. I think it could be really something great. I did enjoy the lead-off single, Walk on Water, a lot. Funny that we had 2 songs this year called Walk on Water, first for 30 Seconds to Mars. Now we have one with Eminem. That I just find that hilarious. But I
actually haven't heard the 30 Seconds to Mars one. Is it good?
I love them, but that song's not good to me. But yeah.
That's Jared Leto's band, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Walk on Water was a great lead-off single. I really think that song is fantastic. The piano really works with the song a lot. It's great. And also, like we said, Beyonce really does add as much to the song as Eminem does. So, really great. So I can't wait to see what Eminem has in store for, I think this is like his, this is his ninth release. Mm-hmm. Man. That's just crazy to think. So I can't wait to see what he has in store next. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this album. And also, just to discuss real quick, everyone knows I love Green Day. It's no shock that I love this band a lot. Hell, I'm wearing the shirt in celebration for tonight because they're releasing their this is the second time they've done this, their second greatest hits album, which is called God's Favorite Band. If you don't understand the joke of that, Stephen Colbert when they were on the Stephen Colbert show, they made a joke that like they were God's favorite band, so they really took that into full force and made that as the name of their greatest hits album. So I'm very excited for that because I always love it when bands put out greatest hits compilations and stuff like that, because it really celebrates what they have done in their careers and stuff like that. And apparently we're going to get a new song with it. So of course, I'm always intrigued to hear new stuff from Green Day. So I can't wait for that. I'm very excited for it because, like I said, Green Day is literally my second favorite band of all time, and I love them a lot. So I'm excited for their greatest hits compilations. Yeah, just wanted to discuss that real quick.
So it looks like tonight, or at least tomorrow, it's going to be a big day because that's Eminem's new album, and you have Green Day's new thing. So that's going to be.
And you have Punisher, and you have Justice League. It's going to be a pretty good day for people.
Wow, yeah. So it's like Christmas for entertainment.
Yes, it is. Man, it's great.
So that's pretty much what I have to say about Eminem. It's more like an announcement, even though probably Eminem fans knew this.
Yes.
I didn't know this, so thank you, Diego.
Okay. Well, next week I'll probably review the album. I have Spotify, so I'll probably download the album and listen to it and see what I think. So my next topic, it's not really a topic per se, but something I do want to discuss, something I'm actually surprised at. So one of my favorite albums of all time is from One Republic. Now, if you ask what I think of One Republic, essentially what I think of One Republic is what I think of Maroon 5. They started off really great. Now, I think they're just okay. They fall into that autotune, and again, it's like, why? You don't need autotune. I don't even know the main singer of One Republic's name, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he's a phenomenal voice. I mean, his most famous song is Apologize with Timberland.
Yes.
And that song alone showed how much of an excellent voice he had. So, I mean, the album I'm talking about is Dreaming Out Loud. Now, this is their debut album, and it's not 10 years just yet. And November 20th marks their 10-year anniversary. And it's not the 20th today, but the 20th is going to be on Monday, and we don't do podcasts on Monday. So I just wanted to, just talk about this album. This is one of my favorite albums ever. And the fact that it's going to be 10 years old is crazy because when I was in middle school, I used to, every Saturday, I'd go to New York and do this kind of martial arts thing. I'd go with my family all the time. And in the car, I had a cousin who was young at the time, and she used to love this album so much. Like, we would listen to it, like, every Saturday on the way to New York and all that kind of stuff. And it was a fantastic album. To me, it's very underrated, and I'll tell you why. Because initially, I didn't even know this, but the album received, like, mixed to negative reviews, which really surprised me because the album is great. I mean, song after song, I just love them. And the song Apologize is actually on that album. So yeah. There's some famous hits like Stop and Stare. I know that's another famous song from them. That's on that album too. And I would definitely recommend that. I mean, it's on Spotify. If you don't have Spotify, it's free on YouTube, so you can even listen to it if you want. Yeah, it's a fantastic album. I can't believe that it's going to be 10 years old. It's crazy. But even then, 10 years later, I can still listen to it, and I just can never get tired of it. It's just one of those albums. So I have no hesitation in saying it's one of my favorite albums of all time. So if you've never heard of that album, and if you want to hear One Republic when they did not have any autotune and when they were actually really great, I would definitely recommend this album. It's called Dreaming Out Loud. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I'll say that. So that's pretty much what I want to say. It's just crazy that it's going to be 10 years old. Time flies by so fast, So
yeah,
that's pretty much my conclusion for my music topics. Double Nine, I know you had one. You want to?
Yeah, I did have one. But real quick on the One Republic thing, I do kind of like you, kind of like mixed with them. I think now I never listened to that album that you're discussing. That one, but I probably should because you're giving a lot of praise and stuff. But I did listen to one album by them. This is probably the most popular album, Waking Up, which came out in 2009. That had like all the right moves on it, Secrets, basically all their biggest hits on it. And I really like that album a lot. So, but I'm more or less just a casual listener of them. Like I've only heard like couple of their singles, and that's about it. But I do like what I've heard from them, but there are some other songs I'm just kind of okay with. So
yeah. The newer songs, I'm like, you could do better.
Yeah. So I'll definitely try to give that one a listen, the one that you're talking about, because you're giving it a lot of high praise and stuff like that. So yeah.
Fantastic. Can't wait to hear what you think of it.
All right, now the topic I have is about there's a certain thing that's been happening since 1995, a certain thing called the Vans Warped Tour. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like where, I guess you could say, like pop punk bands, stuff like that, like, you know, Blink-182, Sum 41, you know, like Green Day, like those type of bands. They, you know, some of those bands had like headlines, some of them, you know, they were, you know, some bands kind of get discovered from there. And it's a really popular event, you know, really popular. A lot of people go to it. It's really, really cool. Unfortunately, next year will be the last time they ever do it.
That's really unfortunate. I have never been to one. I know they always have one in my state. They have one every summer, like every July or something. I've always wanted to go. I've never had the chance to. And now, is there a reason? Now, I didn't read much about this. Is there a reason why they're stopping it? Because it seems like it every year. So,
I guess I don't know really. I think he just kind of the creator of it released a statement saying that next year will be the final year that we're going to be doing this, and it kind of just came out of nowhere, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's random.
Like, it's just like, okay, because this thing is really successful. Like, a lot of people go. Because a lot of people go to these, like, it's really, really popular. And I'm just kind of like, kind of shocked that this happened. I was like, oh, well, okay. You know, and I've never been to one, but I really never, because I was really never into music. Like, I always liked music. But, like, now since I'm, like, really into music and a lot of the stuff that I like are at this type of a thing, I wanted to go. But now, next year, now it feels like I need to go next year because it's going to be the final time that they do this. So, hopefully, I do get to go next year because I really do want to, like, kind of experience it. Also, you know.
Yeah, I might do the same. I might just go just to get the experience because that'll probably be the last time. It's gonna be the last time, so might as well.
Yeah. So it's a real shock, like I said, that they're ending this because, like I said, this is a very popular, but probably the most popular, like, festival type of thing that I can think of because, like, a lot of people talk about this festival. So I'm kind of shocked. Like, this and like Reading and stuff like that are probably like the two most popular festivals that you could like think of. But so yeah, I'm really like really shocked that they ended this, honestly, that they're, you know, that they're really ending this. I'm kind of really shocked by it. So yeah. Hopefully I get to go next year. I really want to because, like I said, you know, it would be a fun experience, especially since it's like the last one. So yeah. That's really all I have to say about that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much.
Just give me 1 minute. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, and Owen Buckner is in a live chat. Hello.
Hey.
I just found your channel and I'm loving it. Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's
you should go find my channel and love that channel as well.
Yeah. There's the two, you know, the two co-hosts with me. I have their links to their channels as well. So please, if you want, you can support them too. You know, subscribe to the channel, watch their videos. They're actually really good at what they do. And MC Deadpool is on.
Oh, hey man.
Hey man.
What's up?
What's up? Party time. Excellent. Yes.
All right, hold on. To clarify, MC Deadpool, when I say I hate Deadpool, I don't mean the movie. I actually really love the movie. I mean the character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's okay because, like, there are some characters people just don't like.
But I honestly really love the movie.
So.
You know, I love the movie, though. The movie, it was in my top 15 of last year, so.
Oh, Owen Buckton says, I'm already subscribed to Double Nine. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm back.
Hey. How's it going? No, just some people in the live chat, like Owen Buckner is in the live chat, MC Deadpool. So, all right. So let's continue on to our final topic. Now, this is something we're all going to do. Now, last week we started this new thing we're doing for music, which is a top 10 of either a song, a band or a singer. Last week we did Queen. We did top 10 Queen songs. You know, that was fun to do, and that was a really hard list. I think you guys said the same thing. That was a really hard list to make.
Yeah, it was difficult.
So, yeah. And today we're going to be doing top 10 Michael Jackson songs. So we're going to be talking about our favorite songs from Michael Jackson. For me personally, this was another hard list. There's a couple of songs that are not on my list that did not make the top 10. It's really surprising. But
same.
I'm still happy with my list, though. I think my top 10 is actually really solid, personally. So with that being said, we can do the same thing. We can just get started right away. So I'll go first. Double 9, you can go second. Andrew, you can go third. If you have the same number 10, number 9, just join in the conversation. Remember, it doesn't have to be like the movies where you don't have to be so like detailed in what you have to say. Just give just a couple reasons and then, just move on because it's a little different. So, all right, with that being said, let's get started. So, number 10. My number 10, now you guys might be surprised by this because it's only my number 10. And believe me, I love this song, but my number 10, Smooth Criminal.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, listen. I love this song, all right? But there's just 9 more I prefer. With that being said, though, this is still one of Michael Jackson's very best songs. First of all, it's a very catchy song. I mean, I'm going to be saying this a lot, but a lot of Michael Jackson songs are just catchy as hell.
He's the king of pop for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, the guitar playing here is just so fantastic to listen to. Mm-hmm. And it's just a really good song. I know Alien Ant Farm, that's a rock group for those who don't know. They did a remake of it. I think it's pretty good. I just don't think it comes anywhere near as good as Michael Jackson's version. But yeah, no, this is a song I've heard many times. It's really good. Michael Jackson's voice. I think he had one of the best voices ever. Just a phenomenal singer. And this song proved it. And like I said, the rock, it's more of like, a lot of his songs are, I guess you can say pop, but this is like more of like in the rock genre. And it was really good. Mm-hmm. So I know it's only my number 10. I know you guys. I imagine you guys might have it a lot higher in your list, but
goddamn right over the line.
I know, but look, listen. There are just 9 other songs I prefer. It's just that simple. So Smooth Criminal is my number 10. All right, Double 9. What's your number 10?
Maybe people might throw some shade at me because I have this song so low on my list. But my number 10 is a Halloween favorite of a lot of people's.
Oh, God.
Thriller.
Oh, my. No. You do not give me shit for Smooth Criminal number 10. You have that in it.
Listen. Listen. Thriller.
Oh, my God.
Listen, okay. Listen, boy. Okay, listen. There's just 9 more I prefer, okay? God dang it. But Thriller is definitely worthy of being on this list because it has, like I said, it has that nice Halloween feel to it. It has arguably the greatest music video ever made to it. Like, I love the music video. I honestly might love the music video more than the song, but the song is still great. The song is still fantastic. Like,
it's one of my favorite music videos of all time. I'll just say that right now.
Oh, I love it. Like, it's such a great video. And, I just love kind of the instrumentation with it. It's really great. It has a nice little spooky vibe to it. And of course, it created the infamous dance move of this. And it's great. I love it so much. It's such a song that you could just play like this, Monster Mash, a lot of other songs you hear during Halloween a lot. And there's a good reason why you hear this during Halloween a lot, because it fits the Halloween spirit and it fits like that theme of Halloween. It's really great. So yeah, Thriller number 10.
All right, so before I let Angela go, just a couple of comments in the live chat. Oh, Angela Cruz is in the live chat. Hey, Angela, what's up? He says boo no bueno. I think he was talking about me having Smooth Criminal number 10. I know it's a great song, but just not. Other songs I prefer. Okay. So MC Deadpool asked this because I'm not sure. I don't know if you guys know. Did Martin Scorsese direct the music video to Thriller? I know he did Bad, but did he do Thriller?
No, I think he did Bad, and that was it.
He did Bad. Okay. Yeah. MC Deadpool. I don't think Martin Scorsese did Thriller. He did Bad. Ryan McDonald's like, Michael just moonwalked his ass out of here.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Owen Buckner, Owen, you're so right. He said the music video scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Yeah, me too.
Same
dude,
here.
When I was a kid, that music video actually kind of terrified me.
The werewolf part is what terrified me the most as a kid.
Yeah. Okay. Look, even at that age, I knew that the girl was so stupid. All she did was just scream and watch him transform from human to wolf. It's just right in front of her. Instead of running her ass out of there, she just stares at her like, this one's dumb.
Yeah.
It's bad when a little kid's like saying that to like a woman. Oh my God. All right, so Andrew, what's your number 10?
All right, before I say my number 10, Michael Jackson is gonna come back. Is rolling over in his grave right now. That's what he's doing after finding out what both of your number 10s are.
Okay, listen.
But seriously, my number 10 is "Wanna Be Starting Something."
Yeah, that's
So,
a great one.
Yeah.
I love this song. I love the beat to it. I love the lyrics are funny. Like at one point in the song, he's like, you're a vegetable. You're a vegetable. You're a buffet. And I just find that hilarious because why? It's a really catchy song. It actually Rihanna in the song "Don't Stop the Music." Michael Jackson actually has a writing credit on that song because she sampled a part of the song from "Wanna Be Starting Something" into that song.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So Michael Jackson actually does have a writing credit on that song, which is
That's good.
awesome.
I didn't know he had the writing credit. I knew like that part of the song was in the Rihanna song, but I did not know he had the writing credit.
Yeah, he has a writing credit. But, honestly, it's a great song. It's just a catchy, nice, upbeat, catchy song, and it just really showcases why he has a great voice.
MC Deadpool says this. Remember Chris Tuckman's old videos? He used to dance to Michael Jackson. Yeah, and he's dancing them really well.
Yeah, he actually does a really good job with it. Like yeah, he actually does.
Michael Jackson was pretty well. I think that's his favorite singer of all time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe that is as well. I believe that he said that was his favorite singer.
Yeah. All right, so that's all you got to say, Andrew, for your number 10?
Yes, that's all I got to say for my number 10.
All right, so that was our number 10. Now we're on to number 9. My number 9, oh boy, I'm going to get crucified once again because this is only my number 9. My number 9 is Beat It.
Oh, Jesus.
Yet another great.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
This is a great song from Michael. Another great one from Michael Jackson. A very catchy song. Has one of my favorite choruses of all time, and the guitar playing is really great. Yeah, it's a song that I used to listen to all the time as a kid. I still listen to it a lot now. So yeah, it's definitely one of those songs you can listen to as much as you can, and just not get tired of it. I feel like, I don't know how you guys feel, but don't you feel that way with a lot of old songs? Like, for example, I can listen to Bohemian Rhapsody all day, any day. But then you get a song, like an Ed Sheeran song, you hear like 20,000 times from the radio, and like you get instantaneously tired of it.
It depends on if the song is good to me. That's how it depends for me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It depends if I like it. I don't know. I feel like sometimes if I hear it like 20 times a day, it's like, but like Bohemian Rhapsody or like even Criminal, like those are songs I don't,
get tired of.
Yeah. So that's pretty much why Beat It's my number 9. Again, you guys probably have it higher, but I still think it's a fantastic song. Okay, MC Deadpool said this. Oh my God, he's like, you know what, Diego, just beat it.
Yeah. Yes.
Diego, just beat it.
Owen Buckner says, I always used to love Michael Jackson when I was a kid. He's my favorite Michael. The worst Michael is Michael Bay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, and Ryan McDonald says, Jerry Kramer directed Thriller.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Beat It is my number 9. All right, double 9.
Yes, double 9 was my number 9. My number 9.
Haha, we made the same joke last week.
I don't remember making that joke last week.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it was you or Double 9 that started fucking laughing because wait, Diego's like double 9. Time to say your number 9. And I'm like, God damn.
All right, number 9 for me is "You Rock My World." That's my number 9.
Yeah, that's another really good one.
"You Rock My World" kind of has somewhat of a funk vibe to it at points with the song. Like, it's kind of weird, but it's great. Like, I think it really fits the song a lot. I really love a lot of the lyrics to it. Very nice lyrics, I'll say, with the song. Like, I find them very nice, very somewhat heartwarming, if you know what I mean. It's great. I really love the song a lot. It's really fantastic. I think I think it's really good. Definitely a song. I actually really didn't even listen to this song all that much. Not until really last year when I really started listening to this song more because I didn't really discover it, but I started loving it the more times I listened to it. So, yeah, "You Rock My World" comes in as my number 9.
Okay, and Andrew, your number 9?
My number 9 is "Black or White."
Yeah, that's a really good one too.
Another song where it's just, I love the guitar playing in this. It's a nice, catchy, upbeat song, and honestly, it sends a really good message because, and actually, Weird Al has done 2 Michael Jackson parodies.
Yeah.
Beat It and Bad were the two that he did of. He actually wanted to do a third of Black or White, and obviously he has to ask permission, and Michael Jackson said no. As much as I love you know, making fun of my songs, they're hilarious. This one has such a good message and sends such a good message. I think I just don't want that message to be ruined.
Right.
So I think that's fantastic. Like I really love this for its guitar playing, and his singing in this is great. But yeah, it's my number 9.
All right, awesome. So that was our number 9. Now we're on to number 8.
Number 8.
Again, gonna get crucified once again. My number 8 is the one directed by Martin Scorsese. That is Bad. Oh my God. Well, look, this is another one of the best music videos I've seen too. This is a really good music video, and the song's just great. Honestly, has one of the best choruses I've heard, and once again, a catchy as hell song. Yeah, I love Bad. It's a really good song. I think the Weird Al Yankovic parody is actually kind of funny. It's so over the top, and like the way he transforms, it's
Yeah, what?
hysterical. And like the dialogue in the beginning, so stupid, but I can't help but laugh at it.
Honestly, Weird Al is a genius.
Yeah, but no, Bad's a really good song. Props to Martin Scorsese too for directing the hell out of that music video. That was a great one, and the song's just really good. So that's why Brad is my number 8.
Brad, you mean Bad?
Bad.
No, I do it all the time.
That was a bad mistake on my part.
Yes. All right.
That was a very bad joke.
Bad joke.
All right, but my number 8 is PYT, Pretty Young Thing.
Oh, that is also my number 8.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Pretty Young Thing is very great song. I definitely one of his biggest hits. One that I heard a lot, surprisingly. Especially at sometimes I would hear it during like family events and stuff like that. Like at parties, I would hear this song sometimes. And it's really great. Like I really appreciate the song a lot. It's definitely one of my favorites and something I go back to and listen to every now and then. It's really great. I love it a lot. Like a lot of the lyrics. Michael Jackson sounds great on the song. So yeah. PYT, Pretty Young Thing comes out as my number 8. Oh God.
Your mom's like, PYT, press your tits.
Oh dear God.
Oh my God. Ryan McDonald says Weird Al's version is a hell of a lot better for Bad. Okay, that was a good version, but I don't think it comes close to Michael Jackson personally. His version. Okay. Why is that your number 8, Andrew?
It's my number 8. I really love the lyrics to this. His singing again, he's just phenomenal. But like I really love the lyrics and the singing in it, especially. It's just a song that you know, just it gets in my head, and I just want to sing it because it's in my head. And there are some songs that get stuck in your head, and you're like, oh shit, this is stuck in my head.
Yeah.
But this song, it gets stuck in my head, and I go, this could stay in my head forever because I love this song.
All right. So that was our number 8. Now we're on to number 7.
Number 7.
My number 7 is one of my favorite collaborations from these two musicians. My number 7 is "The Girl Is Mine." "The Girl Is Mine" is sung by Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. What the song is, I like the concept of the song because the song is basically about these two guys. They're in love with the same girl, and they're trying to figure out who the girl would decide to be with. And it sounds like an idea these two guys were just saying just to like fuck around and then just whatever. But when you hear the song, like the lyrics are not only they're funny and entertaining to listen to, but the song is so well done. And honestly, it's a great song. It's another really catchy one. I think the instruments that are played in the song are just really great. Also, Michael Jackson singing and Paul McCartney singing, just together, it's gold. It's magic.
Exactly, it's gold. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah, and like I said, it's the kind of song you would expect, like, two guys who just like, I don't know, they just bored one day and they're just singing and just talking about a song of a girl, of them two falling in love with a girl and who she would choose to be with, and it turns out to be a really terrific song. I actually do have it over Bad, Beat It, Smooth Criminal because like it's just a song that to me, it just, I don't know. It's just, it really, it sticks with me a lot. Like, it's a song that's stuck in my head, like you said, Andrew, before. And it's just a terrific song. I'm a huge fan of Paul McCartney. I've seen him in a concert once, and it was just one of the greatest things ever. But, you know, it's still a really terrific song. So that's why The Girl Is Mine is my number 7. All right. Double Nine, you're number 7?
Well, you've seen Muse, you've seen Roger Waters, you've seen Paul McCartney. Like, what else have you done? Like,
he saw Blink-182.
What? What have you done? You've seen Coldplay. What have you done? What happened?
I've seen Coldplay.
What happened?
I wanted to see Hans Zimmer so bad during the summer, but I wasn't working at the time, and I didn't have enough money to go. I'm so mad.
You mean Diego went to go see Blink-182, what, last year? I want to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Last summer was we saw Blink-182. That was a fantastic concert.
Yeah, that was well. Actually, opening for them was A Day to Remember and All Time Low. And I knew of the bands, but I never really listened to the songs, and they were great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially, what was it? I want to say A Day to Remember was the one I really liked.
Actually a really good band. I was like, holy shit, they're really good when I heard them sing for like the first time. All right, Double Nine, you're number 7?
Number 7. You mentioned this a little bit earlier. My number 7 is Bad.
Oh, okay.
Bad is a fantastic song. Like, it's great. Like, I love the music video, obviously directed by Martin Scorsese, which that's mind-blowing to even think that Martin Scorsese directed a Michael Jackson music video. And I love this song. Like, it's no pun intended, but it has such a bad attitude to it. Like, this, this guy, he's, it kind of like talks about, like, he's kind of bad, he's a bad boy, don't mess with me, and it's great. Like, it kind of has that vibe with the song. I just love how Michael Jackson pulls that off so well in this song. Like, it's so well done, and I really love it a lot. It's definitely a song I come back to many times. Like, it's so great. It really is. Has some great lyrics, has a nice bad boy vibe to it. So yeah, Bad comes in as my number 7.
All right, Andrew, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is, I believe Janet Jackson was in the song. But it's Scream.
Yep, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I love this song. So, like, I mean, I love all these songs, and obviously I love 6 songs more than this one, but I absolutely love the song. It's another one of those songs that I just, once I listen to it, I can't get it out of my head, and I love it, and I can listen to it all the time and never get tired of it. And I love especially the lyrics in this song. I think they're just great lyrics. And I just love the singing by both Michael and Janet Jackson.
Yeah, it's also a terrific music video too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, because I used to be a pretty big Glee fan. Glee did a cover on it, and I thought they did a really good job. It's one of, I think, my favorite covers from Glee.
I've never heard it, actually. I'll probably give it a listen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was our number 7. Now we're on to number 6.
Number 6.
My number 6 favorite Michael Jackson song is one of his earlier songs, which is "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough."
Oh.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most catchiest songs you'll ever hear in your life. Just like from the opening and to like the end, you're just so invested in the song that you forget how long it is. It's not a very long song, but even then, it feels like you're so into it. Essentially, it feels like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's how catchy and good the song is. It's a terrific song, great lyrics, and it's different from like Michael Jackson's like more later stuff, because his earlier stuff, like before he was Jackson 5, and then he started doing this kind of music, like songs of this genre, and he also has another song which is a little higher on my list. I won't reveal it just yet, but these songs were the kind of songs I love from Michael Jackson. They were very catchy, they were really well done. The lyrics are great, and "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" is one of those songs where whether if it's on the radio, I'll just leave it on. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, hell yeah, just even if it's in the middle of the song, I'll be like, yep, just I don't even care. I'm about to finish. I'll just listen to it. So that's why "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" is my number 6.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. Like, I had much more of a different vibe because, like, you know, this had much more of like a funk disco sound to it, more than the rest of his other songs did.
Jerome asked, doesn't Michael Jackson have one of the most expensive music videos of all time? Are you referring to Thriller? Is there another music video that could be very expensive that he made? Because I know a lot of music videos he's made are really good. I'm not sure which would be the most expensive. I imagine Thriller because of like all the zombies and makeup and visual effects and stuff. So
yeah,
probably I wouldn't be surprised if it was like one of the most expensive music videos. I wouldn't know how much it cost though. I'm not sure of that. So
all right, number 6 for me is Beat It.
Nice.
Beat It is such a kind of just a rally type of anthem. That's why I kind of look at it as, and it's really great. You know, you have that famous guitar riff and bass line to it that really add a lot to the song, and it is great. Like, I love the lyrics to it. It has one of my all-time favorite choruses of "Beat It, just beat it." Like, I love that chorus. Like, it's such a nice, like, rally, like get you riled up and get going. Like, I love it a lot. It is such a great song. Another one I heard like all the time back in the day. Like, you know, like if I was at a family event or something like that, I heard this song all the time. It's such a great hit, and it's definitely one of my all-time favorites from Michael Jackson. So yeah, number 6, Beat It.
All right. Andrew, what is your number 6?
My number 6 is Bad. Like you guys said, a fantastic music video. But I really love the singing in this. Just the whole song in general is just great. I love listening to it. It's like you said, it was parodied by Weird Al, which I thought was funny. But this song, it's just fantastic. You guys pretty much said it when you guys talked about it, so I don't really have much to say about this one.
What's funny is I remember in the Weird Al Yankovic video, the part where, you know, the guitar solo like near the end, like the guy's playing the guitar so like he plays it so hard and it explodes. It was so
yeah.
I always found that part to be really funny, but that was funny. All right, so that was our number 6. Now we're on to number 5. Okay, number 5 is, now 1 through 5, I can say like there are some of my favorite songs of all time. All 5 of them, honestly. It was really hard for me to rank these. So what I went with number 5 is a song that not only is it great to listen to, but it has some of the best lyrics you ever hear in your life. I'm not even kidding. And that is Man in the Mirror.
That's my number 5 as well.
Yeah. That is also my number 5.
No shit. All 3 of us have the same number 5. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so Man in the Mirror, from the opening lyrics alone, you know, when he says, I'm going to make it change for once in my...
Oh, wait, I lied. It's not my number 5. Oops.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, Double Nine's your number 5, right?
Yeah,
Sorry to be such a party pooper.
But it's definitely my number 5, yeah.
All right, so, no, but it's one of the best lyrics you ever hear. It's a fantastic song, and as the song progressively goes on, it just gets better and better and better when all the chorus comes out. And, like, it's crazy how each verse, the song just goes higher and higher. And, like, towards the end, you're like, oh, my God, I feel like I'm at a concert where, like, so many people are just singing this song and embracing the hell out of it. Yeah, no, this is one of my absolute favorite songs of all time. I'm surprised it's not higher on my list. I think it's just the simple fact that my 1 through 4, I just prefer it. But if someone were to have this as number 1 favorite Michael Jackson song, I could not argue at all. I mean,
yeah,
just the lyrics and just the way this music sounds and everything about it, just great. So, Double Nine, why is Man in the Mirror your number 5?
Reason Man in the Mirror is my number 5 is kind of the same reasons you said it. It has such an emotional punch to it. It really does, the song. Like, it's so great. Like, just from the opening lines and how it gets kind of higher and higher. It makes you feel like your body's kind of floating in the air and like your soul is like leaving your body when you're listening to it, because it's just that fantastic and so mesmerizing because of Michael Jackson's voice. It's really great. Like, you really feel the emotional punch with that one, and it's fantastic.
Okay. So regarding the number 1 expensive Michael Jackson video, it's not Thriller. I could have sworn it was Thriller, but actually it's Scream. And I'll thank Jerome for this because he found the information. $7 million budget for Scream, the Scream music video. It's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, Angelo says Scream was a lot of money. Yeah.
It's a great song. So.
Oh, it's a great song and it's a great music video too.
Yeah.
So, wow, it's crazy. I didn't know that. Thank you guys for letting me know. That's actually pretty cool. All right, and that's all you got to say, right? 999 for your number 5.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Andrew, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is "Beat It." Now, when I'm like ready, because I do play the guitar and the bass and just kind of the piano. I kind of well, with the past two, I rate songs that I really like playing, because I think about it like this: if I don't like listening to it, I wouldn't want to learn how to play it. And because I listen to songs, I listen to learn how to play songs. I listen to them, listen to. Yeah, obviously, I got to listen to what the notes sound like. But if I don't like listening to it, and I don't like certain parts of the song, I won't listen to it as much, and I won't like it as much. So, yeah. But kind of knowing how to play it and playing it a lot kind of elevates my appreciation and love for the song. So these next 5 are ones that I absolutely love playing, and "Beat It" is no exception. I love the guitar in this. I love the bass line in this. Mm-hmm. It's just fantastic, and that's pretty much why I like it. Is because of the guitar and the bass line.
Yeah, so actually I made a mistake, because the Weird Al Yankovic, the one with the guitar playing, that's "Beat It." "Bad" is the one where they're fighting with food and shit.
Yes.
Like, a banana or something, yeah. So
they're both about food, really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, well, okay, so that was our number 5. Now we're on to number 4. My number 4 features one of my favorite music videos ever. Again, one of my favorite songs of all time, and that is "Remember the Time."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's wow. Eddie Murphy is actually in this music video.
I love this music video. It's probably, honestly, like, it's like this is probably my personal favorite music video for Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I can definitely see why. I mean, the music video is just so good in this.
Yes.
The song is not that long, but the music video is like almost 10 minutes long, but it's fantastic. It's really great. Yeah. Especially like the opening scene, you see like how much of a sadistic bitch the queen was, and then when Michael Jackson shows up, she like completely changes, and you're like, oh shit. But no, it's a terrific song. It's once again another song with great lyrics, really great singing by Michael Jackson, and just one of those songs you can listen to all the time. Why have this over "Man in the Mirror"? I think "Man in the Mirror" overall has the better lyrics, but I find myself listening more to remember the Time, so that's probably why I have it over that. But even then, remember the Time, still one of Michael Jackson's best songs, one of my favorite songs personally, and yeah, that's pretty much why it's my number 4. Oh, and the music video, it's one of the best music videos I've ever seen. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 999, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is a song. This is probably his most popular song, because I know like everyone I talk to, like everyone always mentions this song first, so this is probably maybe his most popular, but that is "Billie Jean."
Oh, yeah.
"Billie Jean" is a great song. I love it. It's just so fantastic. I love the lyrics to it. It's such a danceable song. Like a lot of his other songs, really danceable, but this one in particular, you could just like move your feet to. It's so great. Like, I love that kind of drum beat that it has in the beginning, and the boom, boom. Like, the beat to it is so great. It's literally a perfect song. Like, I love "Billie Jean." Like, it is so fantastic. It's definitely a song I see myself listening to a whole lot. So, yeah, my number 4, "Billie Jean."
All right, Andrew, what's your number 4?
I'm not fooling you guys this time. My number 4 is "Man in the Mirror."
Okay, great.
But like you guys said, I love the lyrics to this and the singing into it, and I think it's another one that just sends a great message.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like I said with "Beat It." I love playing the song. It's a song I love it, and I especially love the singing in this one. And you guys said it before, so I don't really have much to say about this one.
Okay, so that was our number 4. Now we're on to number 3. My number 3 is "Billie Jean." Another, this is a classic. This song is a classic. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest, it's a classic. I'm not, because I remember last week I said Bohemian Rhapsody is generally known as the best song from many people from Queen. I'm not sure. I think this song, Billie Jean, is known as the #1 song of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I really do think this is the one that everyone knows Michael Jackson for the most out of any song.
Okay, all right. Well, even though it's not my #1, I can totally see why it could be anyone else's #1. This is another terrific song. Again, just very, very. It's very like it's so easy to listen to it so many times, and you just can't get enough of it. The guitar playing is pretty cool, especially like a guitar solo like near the end. It's not like a long guitar solo, but the small guitar solo is pretty cool. And just the beat is awesome, like the beginning, like dun, 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 and it's just awesome. And the lyrics are great. And yeah, I mean this is like one of those songs I will never understand someone not liking. There's like some songs like, how can you not like this song? Like I know some people will find Bohemian Rhapsody to be a shitty song. I'm like, what? How? Like how? Rhapsody shitty?
Like that's like some people tell me, "Oh, Smells Like Teen Spirit is such a crappy song." Like I'm like, get out of here, okay?
Honestly, as much as
how is that a shitty song? So
like
honestly, I'm not a fan of Nirvana, but I love the Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's honestly one of my favorite songs, to be honest.
Oh, that's a phenomenal song.
yes.
But Billie Jean is my #3. All right, Double Nine, your #3?
#3, yeah, #10, My Ass. #3, Smooth Criminal. Smooth Criminal is one of just those songs that is just so mesmerizing to listen to because it kind of has that vibe to it. It kind of uses its title very cleverly. Has a very smooth vibe to it. I really, really love it. Like that, I don't know if really but that nice little beat it has. It's like one of my all-time favorite beats. Like, of course, that and Are You Okay? It's great. Like, it's such a perfect song to listen to. Like, I love it. It has a smooth vibe to it. It's great. I also love the music video to it too. I know we keep on saying that a lot with this, but Michael Jackson is like one of the best artists to ever have like music videos and stuff like that. But I love the music video to it. It's so great. It really fits with the tone of the song as well. And even there was a video game, I think, based on this, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Smooth Criminal, fantastic song.
That's it. I also forgot to mention that the music video was really good to that one too. That was a great music video too.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, your #3.
My #3 is Thriller. Probably one of the greatest music videos ever made. I love this song. I mean, just like Double Nine said, I love the feel of this song, the nice Halloween spooky feel. But even though it's oh shit, why did that happen? Okay.
It just like dropped.
Hold on. Yeah, for real.
That's funny.
Hold on.
There you go.
All right. As I was saying, it doesn't need to be Halloween for me to listen to the song, and that's what I love about the song, or what I love about any song. I could just listen to it anytime. That's how I truly know how good a song is, at least for me. Yeah. And the same goes for Thriller.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that was our #3. Now we're on to #2. Jerome says, Hayes' dong accidentally hit the camera.
Yeah!
Easy. All right, so #2. Okay, so you know how Double Nine says, my ass, that Smooth Criminal is #10? Well, Double Nine, my hairy ass, that Thriller's #10. The Thriller's #2.
Yeah. Yes, I'm getting it right back at me. Let's go.
Hold on. Listen here. Okay, no, never mind. I'll save it.
Okay, Thriller is my #2. Now, I know a lot of people have this as #1, and it's almost my #1. It's one song I prefer. Thriller is one of the absolute greatest songs of all time. I can listen to this song all day. And here's the thing. There's there's like a couple of different versions. I don't know if you guys noticed, there's the long version, and then in the radio they cut some parts, and that always pisses me off because I get that, for the radio you need to shorten some songs, but it's one of those songs where you really need to listen to the full edition, from beginning to end. And I think Double Nine already mentioned this, one of the absolute best music videos ever. Owen Buckner said it before in the live chat. I mean, it scared me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was like, just the transformation. I mean, you watch it now, you know, it's not gonna scare you at all. But when I was young, you know, watching the transformation to a wolf and all the zombies dancing, I'm like, that's some scary shit. Especially towards the end when the girl's like trapped in the house, like in the corner, and all the Michael Jackson and all the zombies are like walking towards her. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But a great music video. One of the best songs ever. I'll go as far as saying that. And again, one of those songs where, you know, I can listen to it so many times and I'll just want to listen to it even more times. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
definitely.
Thriller is very close to being my number one, but just one song I prefer. So that's why Thriller is my number two.
My number two is a song that really, like, I really appreciate, because I've always liked the song, but I appreciate, for some reason last year I started loving it more last year and appreciating it a lot more. And same with actually my number one once I talk about that too. And that is Black or White. Black or White is a really, really great song. Like, I love, like, the like, kind of like that I think it's kind of like a guitar riff in like the beginning where they do and then you get into the actual beat. I love that beat of the song. And it's just really great, and like it's kind of has a nice message of just loving each other no matter who you are. Like if you're white, black, Asian, just it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. Just let's just love each other. That's kind of the
message. Unless you're an asshole.
That's just kind of the message of the song. I really like that a lot of how it's like spoken in the lyrics and stuff like that. And it's really fantastic. It's definitely a song I listen to a lot when it comes to Michael Jackson. Obviously, it's number two. So it's just one of those songs, man, that always puts me in a good mood. Like it really does. It's really one of those songs that always puts me in a good mood no matter what mood I'm in. I love it so much. So yeah, Black or White comes as my number two.
That's such a fantastic song, and it's not even in my top 10. Like that's how you know that.
Yeah. Spoilers, jeez.
Well, I didn't spoil my number one. It's not my number one though, but it's still a really great song. All right, Andrew, what's your number two?
All right, I'll say this, Diego, my ass that you have, or Double Nine, my ass that you have Thriller at number 10, Diego, my big fucking white hairy ass that you have Smooth Criminal as number 10, because Smooth Criminal is my number 2. Number 2. I love the fucking, the beginning riff to the song. I think it's probably one of my favorites of all time. I love the lyrics. I love everything about this song. And I remember, what was it, Sunday, we were hanging out, Diego, and we were actually listening to a Michael Jackson song. We were talking about the top 10, and I go, the song that was playing might be my number one, but it's going to be tough. My number one is just Smooth Criminal out by like this much. It's by the smallest of margins, but I just prefer my number one just a little bit, but again, this is honestly, when Glee did a cover of this, it's honestly one of my favorite covers. My Michael Jackson-centric episode, and this was featured on this episode, which I thought was awesome. And actually, for those who watch The Flash, Grant Gustin, who plays The Flash, was on Glee, and he actually sings the song, which is funny because I knew that like when I was watching the show because because Glee came up before The Flash. So my one friend who watched The Flash, I go, Grant Gustin was on Glee, and he's a really, really good singer. And I was catching up to The Flash. Like, they were in their second season when I started watching. And he goes, well, and people who know I'm going to watch The Flash are going to be knowing what I'm talking about. He goes, well, that explains the karaoke scene and why he was really good. But, I love everything about this song, especially that beginning riff.
Jerome says, I would pay $100 to see you guys getting it waxed. That would have me dying laughing to the point where I would be dying. Oh, Jesus. No, I don't want to get waxed. Fuck.
Well, who gets the $100? Me? Because if that's the case, fuck it. But if it's between the three of us, I might have to reconsider the offer.
The offer.
All right, so now we got our number one favorite Michael Jackson song. Now, my number one. Now, not that you two have mentioned this song. Now, I don't know if it's because it's your number one, but yeah, I don't know. So I'll have to find out, I guess. My number one is a song that I listen to. I think this is the song that I've listened to the most. Like, I remember listening to this song when I was a kid, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my favorite Michael Jackson song, without question. My number one is Rock With You.
I can tell you that is most certainly not my number one.
That's fine, because for me, it's my number one.
Not saying that it's a bad song, but I'm just saying it's not my number one.
I absolutely love it. I mean, the music video is honestly just Michael Jackson. He's singing and dancing, doing his thing, and it's just like green lights. And that's it. That's the whole video. And it's so fascinating to see because he's so into the song. He dances fucking like a master. And he sings it with so much emotion and everything. And it's just one of the most, the lyrics are just phenomenal. It's like one of those really feel-good songs. And I absolutely love this song. I don't know why. I feel like I love this song more than most people. I mean, it's my number one favorite Michael Jackson song, but I love it so much. And I could go on for a long time why I love it, but essentially it's pretty much, it's like generally the same reasons for the other songs on my list. It's still, the lyrics are great. Michael Jackson's voice is phenomenal. He puts so much emotion in the songs. It's really sad that he passed away. It gets me upset that he's dead. He was a great talent, honestly, and I would have loved to see him like in a concert. I think it would have been like one of the best experiences ever. Rock With Me is my number one. I fucking love it. So, number 9. What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
My favorite Michael Jackson song might be a song that maybe, I wouldn't say not many people would know, but I don't think it's a song that maybe a lot of people mention a lot, which sucks because this is like the best song he's ever done to me. Number 1 is They Don't Care About Us.
That's a great one. Yeah, I almost made my top 10, but that's a good one too.
That just has also a really powerful message to it as well, which I think is real. Like, he really expresses himself in that song, which is great. Also, another one that has like a fantastic music video to it. Also, kind of like the distorted drop beats that they have during the song too. Like, it's like the beat will kind of go off sync at times, which is really cool in the song. It's really great, and this is the song where I think he poured the most passion into, in my opinion. Like, it's really great. Like, you really feel that emotion and power when he's singing this song, and it's without question my favorite Michael Jackson song. It's a song that I constantly go back to every time. Like, without question, this is the best song he's ever done to me. And yeah, They Don't Care About Us. What a phenomenal song.
Yeah, definitely. That's a fantastic one. All right, Andrew, what's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
My favorite Michael Jackson song is Billie Jean.
Yeah.
I love the beginning bass part to it, and it's honestly not only it's just one of my favorite things to play. Actually, when I first started off playing, because I played guitar before I picked up the bass, and my teacher actually said that Billie Jean's a great song to play for the bass. It's actually, for a beginner, one of the best songs to play because it builds up hand strength, which it's funny enough, they call them hand muscles, but they're not in your hand. They're actually like right here, which I played it a lot, and it was weird because like it wasn't like too noticeable, but like my one, like I guess forearm or whatever, it was actually a little bit bigger than my other one because I'm right-handed, so playing the now I'm doing the movements with my left hand on the frets. But I would play the song all the time, and I still play the song. It's a great song to listen to too. I think this is the best riffs that it has. I think it's Michael Jackson's best singing. I think it has the best lyrics. It's definitely one of my favorite songs of all time. I absolutely love the song to pieces.
Owen Buckner says 2009 was the year he died. Very sad. Hey, at least District 9 up and Fantastic Mr. Fox came out that year. 3 of my favorite films ever. Oh, and Uncharted 2, the best Uncharted game. Hey,
I've never played Uncharted, but
you are a disgrace. Uncharted is like the best franchise ever.
Owen's looking at the positive and negative situation. That's pretty cool. I dig it. So,
what was I gonna say? I never was really a big PlayStation guy. I mean, I had PS2, but like as I got older, I got Xbox because more of my friends had Xbox, so I never had a chance to play the Uncharted games. But now that I have a PS4, I definitely want it.
All right, yeah, I've never played it either, so.
You people!
Yeah, Jerome says.
Well, Diego's not into video games, so.
So, all right. So that concludes our music topic. Next week we'll be doing. Actually, Double Nine will be choosing the two groups. So
I have chosen the two groups we will be doing. Okay, next week we will be doing Linkin Park.
Top 10 Linkin Park songs.
Yes, and in 2 weeks we'll be doing Daft Punk.
Definitely looking forward to those two. I love both of those groups, so it should be a great list.
And then I get to choose two phenomenal groups, which I haven't picked out already, but I'm going to make mine a secret.
Yep, until then.
For now.
Until then.
All right, so that concludes our music topic. So now we're going to go on to television.
Television!
So I have two topics for TV. I'll go first, I guess. One of my TV topics is regarding one of my absolute favorite shows of all time, and that is Daredevil. Daredevil Season 3 has begun filming.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for a long time. Now, I'm one of those people who prefer Season 2 over Season 1. Just
Same here.
Season 1, I think.
I like both. Yeah, both of them are just fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I think it's the best Netflix Marvel show, without question.
Mm-hmm.
No,
for me,
yeah.
It's so good. It's like The Dark Knight, but rated R. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for Daredevil Season 3. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The release date is supposed to be for Season 3, like next year, right? I mean, I'm sorry, not next year, but 2019? Or is it 2018?
No, 2018. You were right.
Okay, 2018. All right, so cool. We're going to get it sooner than I expected. And Kingpin is going to be coming back, and he is one of the absolute best parts of the show. So that alone, you know.
Wilson Fisk.
Yeah, I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio absolutely annihilates that role. He is so good in that role. Holy shit. And yeah, I'm incredibly excited because, like I said, Daredevil is my favorite Netflix Marvel show. It's one of my favorite shows just in general because of how great it is. And I think they're going to continue bringing on greatness in Season 3. So I cannot wait to see what Netflix is going to do with Season 3. It's going to be fantastic, I think. You guys agree? You guys think that?
Hell yeah.
I can't wait. I actually really also can't wait for Jessica Jones Season 2 because I really love Jessica Jones.
Oh, yeah. Jessica Jones is really good, too, as well. Yeah. And The Punisher comes out tomorrow. So next week, I'm going to be reviewing The Punisher. I should be.
I'll be. You know, I don't care that I'm doing a review for my channel for it. I'm joining you on that shit. I don't care. This is monumental for me.
All right. Yeah. So that should be good. So that's pretty much what I got to say. It's pretty much just letting you guys know that filming has already started, and yeah, it should be great. Hopefully, it's going to still continue the streak of awesomeness. Okay, so my second topic. Now, this is kind of referring to what Double Nine referred to last week. Now, he was talking about Lord of the Rings. I do have some updates. My topic is more of an update of that because now it's official. The show is definitely going to happen. Amazon has announced it. You know, it's going to happen. And here's the interesting thing, though, because last week, you know, we were saying we weren't sure what it was going to be, whether it's going to be a remake, something else. We don't know. And last week, I remember, like, the day after the podcast, Sean, what's the actor's name?
Sean Astin.
Thank you, Sean Astin. He said in a tweet or in an interview, he's like, yeah, you know, it was bound that a remake was going to happen in Lord of the Rings. So I sent Double Nine that tweet. I'm like, oh, I guess it's a remake. And we're like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. And, but no, it's going to be a prequel to the Lord of the Rings. It's not a remake. It's going to be a prequel. And this is according to an article. I believe, oh, my God, I don't remember the article, but it's more than one article that cites it, that it's going to be a prequel. Now, I want you guys to answer this because I'm trying to remember it. How is the time span from the end of The Hobbit to the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring? Is the time span really big?
I think the time span is pretty big because Bilbo Baggins isn't that old at the end of you know, The Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies. So I think there is going to be. I think there is something that's probably going to fill that gap for that Amazon show.
What Double Nine said.
Lord of the Rings, as you guys know, is like one of my favorite movies ever, all three of them. And hearing a prequel, you know what? Now that, because I was a little skeptical before last week when Double Nine was talking about it, but hearing that it's going to be a prequel produced by Amazon Amazon Prime. And actually, kind of curious. I'm not gonna lie. A Lord of the Rings TV show is gonna be a little hard to get used to new actors, I guess, because the actors from the Lord of the Rings movies were just so phenomenal in the roles, and you just really saw them as a role. So I guess new people is gonna get a little hard to get used to, but I'm intrigued.
I am too.
I did enjoy the Hobbit movies. I know not many people like them, but I enjoyed them.
Me too.
And, I'm interested to see what direction they take. I think a prequel to Lord of the Rings would be cool, and I'm intrigued. So, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited?
I'm intrigued by it too. I definitely do think if they do it right, it could be a very enjoyable series. I will indeed watch it because, I am a fan of Lord of the Rings. I do love the movies a lot, so I am interested to see where they could go with it.
Yeah. All right, and you, Andrew, do you have any opinion on the Lord of the Rings?
Screw you, Jerome. you bastard.
Nah, I'm willing to give it a chance. See what it's all about.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm like open-minded. Like before, I wasn't that open-minded, but now I'm kind of curious. So, all right. So that's my topics for TV today. Double Nine. Yeah. I know you have some topics too for TV.
Yes, I have two topics for TV today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We have two topics for TV. First one I'm gonna discuss is Hulu is going to be developing a Hitman TV series.
Yes, I did hear about this. Yes.
If you do not know what Hitman is, it is a very popular video game franchise. With Hitman, they've done two adaptations before of it. They did one back in 2007, and they did one back literally 2 years ago in 2015. And I heard they were both not very good. I heard they were not good movies, at all. I heard they sucked.
Yeah,
but
I'm not surprised because one, the trailers look bad, and two,
the actor.
Video game movies just generally it's not good. So
yeah, no, video game movies are bleh.
But a TV show being made by Hulu doesn't sound too bad actually, because Hulu I've heard has done some good stuff like that. And, I think maybe a video game could work more as a TV show than a movie, maybe.
Exactly.
That's what Owen just said that. Video games work better as TV shows instead of movies. Yeah, I can see that for sure. And Jerome says, get Mark Strong as Hitman Agent 47. I mean, if he's in it, sure.
I'll say this, because the reasons I don't think movies work at video games work as movies, or video game movies don't work, is because let's say, for instance, I'll take Kingdom Hearts, because there's just so much that a lot of playing time goes into that game. You're gonna tell me that you're gonna take the however many hours, over 24 hours probably, that you put into that game. You're gonna take that hours, maybe 3 at most. No. I think, if you put it in a TV show, any video game series, you have time to, really flush out the characters and really give, characters and, the story, really explore them and give it background and flush everything out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take your time with stuff or instead of rushing everything.
I agree with that, because I definitely do think that they could do something well with a Hitman TV series, because they'll give it time to develop and, really flesh out the characters. And I think it could work, honestly. I'd be very intrigued to see what they could do with the Hitman TV series.
Definitely.
All right, so that concludes that topic. Now, next.
Now, I'm sorry, just before I interrupt you. Now, is the creative John Wick involved with the Hitman?
I believe they are involved with the development of the Hitman series.
Okay. All right, so
that has me intrigued too, because those bastards can do action. So
yeah.
All right. So next one I want to talk about is Star Wars. Well, I'm gonna be talking about Star Wars twice during this podcast, and this is gonna be one of the first times. Something I have wanted for a very long time. It's finally happening. I'm so happy about it. There is a live-action Star Wars series being put in the works. For the longest time, I have always wanted a live-action Star Wars TV series. Whether it be they adapt something from maybe the books or the video games, or even create something new in general, I just wanted to see Star Wars on my television screen that wasn't an animated series. And other than the fact that we're going to finally get it, I'm hyped. I'm so excited to see what they could do with the Star Wars series. I will be watching the first episode day one when that happens. So, yeah, I'm excited as hell to see what they could do with the live-action Star Wars series. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, fuck. I love Star Wars.
I don't know if I'd say I'm really excited, but I'm definitely intrigued. I want to see what they're gonna do. I don't know if I'd say I'm like totally hyped, but I think a trailer would probably make me more hyped than my kid. But I'm intrigued.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep an open mind for that. So
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew? What do you think?
I love Star Wars, so more Star Wars the better.
All right.
Yeah, just see, he's like me. He's like,
Unless it's like the prequels, then fuck it. I enough Star Wars, but
Yeah.
he's like me. He hears Star Wars. Yes. So yeah, I'm very intrigued. I hope they could do well with this series. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So those are my TV topics. Yay!
All right, Andrew. You have 2 topics as well. So what?
I do. My first topic, I kind of want to discuss something just because, I have no reviews for TV. So I just got 2 things. One is more of a discussion and my thoughts on something. The other is a list. But first, I want to discuss what I personally think is better, The Flash or Arrow. These 2 shows are constantly compared to each other because they reside in the same universe. And, I know you got, Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl, but I mean, I don't really watch those, so I can't really compare them to these 2. And I thought about how I was gonna do it. There was 2 ways I thought I could have went about it. I thought because I could have took the first 3 seasons of Arrow and compared them to the first 3 seasons of The Flash. Or I could compare them now, where they're at now, which one I like better. And honestly, I want to do both because I thought about it, and you'll see why. The first I'm going to discuss comparing the 3 seasons of each.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this: I think the first season of Arrow is really good. It is a little bit slow, and a lot of the episodes do feel like filler in the first season. But I think once the season gets going, it really gets going. Because there's a lot of, one-off bad guys, which are cool and whatnot. And I thought it did a really good job, and they were necessary building the character of Oliver Queen and the Green Arrow. And I just thought that was pretty good. But overall, I thought it was a pretty solid season. Now, I think the season 2 of Arrow is phenomenal. It's great. It easily has the best bad guy out of any of villain in The Flash, any villain in Arrow, which is Deathstroke.
Yes.
Played by Manu Bennett, which I think he does phenomenal. He is perfect for the part. And, a thing that's a common theme, a common thing that they do in Arrow is they do flashbacks because Oliver Queen spent 5 years on an island. So they do flashbacks of when he was on the island and he meets him on the island. And I think that's awesome. And obviously I knew he was Deathstroke because, Slade Wilson, I know the name. I know who Slade Wilson is. But I still think it was a pretty cool reveal when, you see the mask for the first time.
Yeah.
And I just think overall this is the best storyline. And I don't know if it was the finale or the episode before, but one of the last episodes, just this big, huge fight that happens, and I think it's fantastic. Now, with that being said, season 3 is, while I still like it, it's a bit of a disappointment because of how, even though the first one wasn't as great as season 2, I still liked it a lot. It's still a really good season. Season 2 is just great. This one is fine, and which sucks because the villain of season 3 is Ra's al Ghul, and I really, really like Ra's al Ghul. And there's 2 big problems I have with season 2. I felt like, or season 3. I felt like, one, they were trying too hard to. I mean, I know Ra's al Ghul is a Batman villain, but this doesn't even. What I'm about to say doesn't even have to do with the villain. I felt like they were trying too hard to make the Green Arrow Batman and not the Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, I really didn't like their relationship, the will they, won't they storyline between Felicity and Oliver. I thought that was stupid. I didn't like it that much. And so yeah, I think season 3 is a bit of a disappointment. With that being said, season 3 and season 1 of the Arrow, that was the first time both of the shows were running alongside of each other. And I think season 1 of The Flash is also great. I think it's the closest thing that comes to Arrow season 2. Like I said, I love the villain, the Reverse Flash. I think it's other than Deathstroke, it's the best villain. It's definitely the best villain of The Flash. And I love the setup, the reveal. I think I know his first name is Tom, but I don't 100% know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. But the actor who plays Reverse Flash, who plays Reverse Flash is fantastic. I love the way it ends. I love. I think, like I said, Grant Gustin is fantastic as the Flash. I love all the characters. Now, with that being said, season 2, again, like Arrow season 3, is a bit of a letdown. I think the villain of this one is considerably weaker. It's Zoom, and I thought it was just like the reason he was doing the same things were the same why Reverse Flash, and he was pretty much Reverse Flash, but not as cool and not as well developed. And a big problem with season 2 and season 3 that I have is that both of these characters were masked characters that were building up towards these big reveals. But halfway through the season, I knew who it was. So when the reveal came, instead of going, "Oh my God, like this is a big reveal," it was okay. I knew it. And so season 2 and season 3, while like Arrow season 3, I both like them, and I don't think they're the weakest. I think the weakest out of any of them is Arrow season 4, but I'm not going to talk about Arrow season 4. I think that they're both considerably disappointments compared to the season 1. Now, with that being said, in this case, in comparing the two, I do think Arrow is the better show.
Yes.
While I do think season 3 is a bit of a disappointment, I do enjoy season 3 better than Flash season 3. And I'll say this: if I were to do it at a 2 out of 3, I'll give Flash the point for season 1 because I do like Flash season 1 better. But seasons 2 and 3 go to Arrow. If that makes sense. So I think Arrow's the better show. Now, I'm gonna compare, Flash season 4 and Arrow season 6. And I will say, right off the bat, I think Flash is the better show going on right now. I'm enjoying it a lot more. I'm more entertained. I'm having more fun. There are a couple episodes in Arrow this season where I'm like, this is really boring. And I thought the premiere was very disappointing. While I didn't necessarily love the Flash premiere, because I'll say this, the finales for both previous seasons, while they were both good, I thought Arrow's was just better. And just the payoff for both of them, they were very disappointing. But I felt like because Arrows it was a bigger implications and a bigger, better finale, I thought it was a bit more disappointing. And last episode, the one week, because I'm pretty sure Arrow, the new episode, is on right now. So obviously I'm not watching it. It was really the first episode where I can go, okay, this was a really good episode. Which, funny enough, I'm not going to say it.
Oh, Andrew, I think you muted.
He did.
Yeah, Andrew, you muted yourself. Unmute your mic. Maybe something.
I think we lost him.
Yeah. That's weird. But I've never seen either Flash or Arrow, so I can't even comment on.
Arrow is the better show to me, but I do like the Flash a lot.
Okay. Jerome says, in terms of finales, nothing will ever top Spartacus show finale. Now, I have not seen Spartacus. That's on my list of the everlasting shows I want to watch.
I don't know what happened.
Breaking Bad has the best finale for me.
I was frozen.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. I literally got a thing on Snapchat and everything just went to shit. But anyway, as I was saying, last episode of The Flash was the first, or Arrow was the first one where I'm like, okay, this was really good. And I'm kind of excited to see where it goes from here. I kind of like some story lines that they're going with. And
yeah.
I could say this. I think Flash right now is more consistent. And there's really one problem that I have with Flash right now. And they just introduced a new character that joined the team. And I don't really like him. I'm hoping he grows on me. But for those who know what I'm talking about, I really don't like him because of the way he acts. And maybe if you want to talk to me about it, I'll go into more detail. Just message me. But that's that. I think overall, honestly, Arrow's the better show. But as of right now, I think Flash is the better show. Okay.
All right. And what's your next topic?
My next topic is just something interesting I want to do. I wanted to do something different. And it's I'm going to be doing a top 5 list. And this top 5 list is the top 5 WWE wrestlers that I think deserve the world title. Now, I do have a set of rules that I made for myself for this list.
Okay.
Like the first one that I made is they currently have to be employed by WWE. So Cody Rhodes will not be on this list because he's no longer with the company. While I do think he deserves it or deserved it, he will not be on this list.
Mm-hmm.
The second rule, they have to be on the main roster. So any of the NXT guys, they will not be on this list. As much as I love what Drew McIntyre is doing right now, how much I love Adam Cole and Aleister Black right now, they will not be on this list.
Okay.
Another thing I want to say before I get out of the way before I reveal my list, this is not who I think is going to win it the most. These are not my predictions for the next 5 world champions. These are 5 people who I think deserve it the most. Okay. Will they win it or not is up to debate or up to question. Personally, there's one on my list that I don't think is not going to get it, unfortunately, but I still think he very much deserves it. And the other rule is that I made for myself, and I think the most important is the rule that I made is they could not have won it before. So people Finn Balor will not be on this list because he held it for one day, but he is technically a former world champion. And as much as I love Kevin Owens, he will also not be on this list because, again, former world champion.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, let me get it out of the way. I do have some honorable mentions, but I will reveal those right before my number 1, so I don't give away what my list is. But anyway, my number 1, or my number 5 rather, is someone who's been employed with the company for a very long time. He's had many, runs with the company, and I really think he deserves it. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't think he's going to get it, and that is Goldust. I very much think he deserves it. I think he is the most underrated superstar that they've ever had, especially in his later career where he's gotten older and arguably better. I think his best match, and one of my favorite matches of his, is when he faced Randy Orton a couple years ago when they did the whole Cody Rhodes getting fired storyline. I think he did a really good job. Even though I didn't believe he was going to win, I thought there was a chance, and he really made me believe that he was going to win. And I think that proved right there, and the whole Cody Rhodes family brotherhood storyline showed me that he could be a world champion. Yes, Goldust is a goofy character, and he's a character that is goofy, but I think that he deserves it very much. There's no question that he deserves it. You know, he's been with the company for a long time. He's very consistent. He does everything that they ask. He 100% deserves it. I think on a SmackDown, he could be a main event guy. and it sucks because he's in the twilight of his career. He's not really doing much right now. He did the whole Golden Truth thing, which was stupid. And I really think that I was kind of hoping he would get maybe at least a title shot, maybe, but he didn't, which sucks because they kind of ruined it with the whole Stardust thing, which pisses me off because I hate Stardust. But again, Goldust is my number 5. Now these next 4, I 100% seeing them winning the World Championship. And yeah, my number 4 is Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, Shinsuke was a phenomenon back in NXT. And the reason he's so low is because I think his whole thing that he did with Jinder kind of made him lose a lot of his, how do I say this? A lot of his credibility.
Yeah.
I think they have to, in order for him to win it, they have to build him back up. And I do think he could be what he was in Japan and in NXT. They just need a little bit work to do. And, yeah. My number 3 is someone that when they first came to the scene, to WWE, I hated them. I thought it was just one of those, the same old thing we've seen again. But he really worked on his stuff. I love him now. He's one of my favorite things going right now. And because of how much hard work he has put in and how much I've seen him improve over the last 2 years, I really think he deserves it, and that is Braun Strowman.
Yes!
I love him. He has he always gets me pumped. He has this big intensity, and, he sucked when he first came in. He was the same generic. Pretty much he was the next Great Khali, and I hate the Great Khali, and God knows we don't need a Great Khali. But within the next 2 years, he's really worked on his craft, and he's really became a great big man. And I love the way he wrestles. I really even love the way he talks. And it sucks because, and I will say this, I don't hate Brock Lesnar. I really like Brock Lesnar. I just hate Brock Lesnar as champion because I want to see my champion week after week defending the title at the pay-per-views, even sometimes on the Raw or SmackDown. And I'll get to a little bit more in that in a little bit, but I think Braun Strowman, there was 2 people that could have been the guys that take it off of Lesnar. Braun Strowman was one of them. I didn't like his match with Lesnar at whatever was after SummerSlam this year. The pay-per-view afterwards, it was Strowman versus Lesnar in the one-on-one. I think that Braun Strowman should have won that, and he definitely deserves a run in the future. My number 2 is Bobby Roode. The reason I have him at number 2 and not number 1 is because he's been on the main roster for the other person's been on the main roster for just a little bit longer, and I think Bobby Roode can have a few more good rivalries before he deserves a title, but that doesn't take away he 100% deserves the title. He's face right now, which he shouldn't be. He should be heel because he works best when he is a heel, and just the whole "I'm glorious" thing works best when he's a heel because it sounds cocky. But nonetheless, he very much deserves it. And honestly, I am going to the Royal Rumble this year, and I do actually plan on reviewing it on this podcast. But Bobby Roode is my pick to win the Rumble this year. Whether it will happen or not, I think it's either going to be Bobby Roode or Shinsuke. But I think the person I want, there was 3 people I wanted to win: Shinsuke, Bobby Roode, or AJ Styles. AJ Styles is the world champion right now, so as of right now, he's not going to be in the Rumble. So I think I want, and it's definitely going to be between Shinsuke and Bobby Roode, but I want Bobby Roode to win because I just like Bobby a little bit more right now. Now my number 1 is someone that should be the Universal Champion right now. Other than Braun Strowman, he's the other person that should have beaten Brock Lesnar. And a lot of people love his one-on-one match with Brock Lesnar. But I could see why. Personally, it just wasn't for me. I didn't like it. because of the ending. And now my number 1 is Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe 110% deserves the Universal title or a world title. And I think he should 100% beat Samoa Joe at Great Balls of Fire. I hated the match because Samoa Joe was dominating most of it, and then all of a sudden Brock Lesnar, it's the same old thing with Brock Lesnar. You know, he comes back and 1 F5 and it's done. And I hated that. And I also think he should have won at SummerSlam. You know, Brock Lesnar was taken out. I mean, he was put through 2 tables and had a 3rd table dumped on top of him. And you're telling me Brock Lesnar come back and he's fresher than ever? No, that's bullshit. It's the same problem I had with Roman Reigns at the Rumble at 2016. He comes back and he's all of a sudden superhuman. And trust me, I like Brock Lesnar a lot more than I like Roman Reigns. But I just have a problem with just that sort of thing happening no matter who it is. It could happen to AJ Styles, who is my favorite wrestler right now. And I would still have a problem with it. And I think he should have won. There was 2 opportunities where Samoa Joe should have won it and deserved to win it, and they're going with Brock Lesnar being a champion. And I don't know why. I'd much rather see Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns than Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again, let me tell you. And I think Samoa Joe deserves it the most because I think he is one of the best characters on the company right now. I think he is one of the few people who can beat Brock Lesnar and people be happy. Like I said, the 2 people who I think could do that are Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman. And yes, I think Roman Reigns could legitimately beat Brock Lesnar, but let's be honest, who wants Roman Reigns to win another WrestleMania main event?
No one.
Yeah, exactly. But and another thing why I think he deserves it right now is because Samoa Joe ain't getting any younger. He's 36, 37. He's not going to be with the company forever. Hopefully he wins it within the next few years. But, a couple, like I said, a couple honorable mentions that I had of people who I would love to see be world champion, but I just think these 5 deserve it more. Matt Hardy is one of them. I think that if they go with the whole broken thing with Matt Hardy, he 100% deserves it. But right now, they're not going to go with it, I don't think. The next 3 people are the New Day. Especially Big E. I think Big E 100% deserves a world title run, but I think all 3 of them just deserve it because they're such great workers. And believe it or not, I think Curtis Axel deserves it because I think Curtis Axel is extremely underrated. If they built him up like they did back in 2013, I think he definitely had potential to be a world champion. Fuck it. If Jinder Mahal could be a world champion, so can Curtis Axel.
Yes.
And the final person is Cesaro. Right now, I think what he's doing in the tag team scene is fantastic with Sheamus. I'm not the biggest fan of Sheamus, but yes, I would love to see him as world champion. I think he needs to be needs like one solid run with like the Intercontinental title, and then you go for the world title. Same thing with Sami Zayn. I love Sami Zayn, but I think he needs one solid run with the Intercontinental title or United States title for that matter, and then he can go for the WWE Championship. Because that's what the big card titles are supposed to do. Apparently, they're not. But yeah, that's my top 5 WWE wrestlers that deserve the title right now.
Okay, all right, and that concludes our TV topics, and now we're on to our last topic for the night, which are movies. So I have 3 topics for movies today because one topic came out yesterday. It was I just said, you know what, I want to talk about this podcast. I want to talk about this topic on my podcast. So, but first, I want to talk about the ones I was going to originally talk first. With that being said, let's get started. Okay, so one of my topics is involving Wonder Woman 2. Now, all they did with Wonder Woman 2 is they moved it back a month. So it was originally supposed to come out in December 2019. Now it's going to be in November 2019.
Because they were going to get their ass handed to them by Star Wars. That's
why. Because Star Wars Episode 9 is going to be released in December 2019. I think they want to avoid that competition. So they're just gonna, move it back to November 2019. I mean, personally, I'd rather have him release it in the summer again because that really seems like a summer movie. I mean, Wonder Woman came out this summer, so I don't know why they just don't continue the trend of that one. So I'm excited. I liked the first one a lot. I don't have it on my best of the year list. It's not
Me
my
too.
top 10 favorite
It's
movie.
a really good movie. Power Rangers was better. Was fair.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that to piss off a certain someone.
Okay. I got you.
Listen, I like Power Rangers and all, but I like Wonder Woman a hell of a lot more.
Well, I'm excited for the sequel, though. How do you guys feel about the sequel? You guys excited?
I'm excited for the sequel, definitely.
Wonder Woman again, so.
I'm excited. I'm sorry, but I'm excited to see the sequel. Hopefully it could be really good. Patty Jenkins is coming back, so that's a good thing. Hopefully, the movie could be maybe just as good, or even even better than the first one. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely intrigued to see it. And Owen Buckton says, I actually didn't like the first Wonder Woman. That's okay. I mean, if you don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Hey, everybody's got their own taste,
Yeah.
All right, so my next topic, this is what I'm excited to talk about. It's some updates involving Quentin Tarantino's next movie. Now, Andrew talked about this last week, about the Tarantino stuff. But here's one thing that I want to talk about. Now, Tarantino has spoken some things about this movie, and surprisingly enough, this movie is not really apparently it's not about the Charles Manson murders.
It's about the trials, right?
Well, he didn't even say that. He said it's going to be surrounding the year 1969. So Charles Manson murder, that might be a part of the story, but that's not going to be the main focus of the movie. Now, what the main focus is going to be, we don't know, because all Tarantino said it's going to be focused on the year 1969. So I think the whole Charles Manson thing, I think that's going to be a big part of the movie, but I don't think that's going to be like the main focus, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
that can be the main center of the whole, trifecta.
Yeah, and another thing, too, is that apparently, according to some sources, they're looking for they're eyeing Tom Cruise as one of the main leads in his new movie. So it'll be the first collaboration with Tom Cruise and Quentin Tarantino. So just some minor updates. There's not really much to say because filming hasn't even started yet. Tarantino hasn't really said much about the project. Only that the surprising thing, because the whole sources before were saying that the movie is going to be about the Charles Manson murders. Now, and he's saying it's going to be just revolving the year 1969, and Charles Manson might be a part of the story, but that's not going to be the main focus. So how do you guys feel about that?
I'm still interested no matter what the hell he does because, it's Quentin Tarantino. So I am interested to see what he could do with this movie. And I'm hearing like Tom Cruise might be a part of this. Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie might even be a part of this. Samuel L. Jackson. Like, holy crap. Like, talk about like a megastar, like an all-star cast. Like, if they all got to be in the movie, I'd be down. Well, I'm already down for it because, it's Quentin Tarantino, but that would just push over the moon for me. So, yeah, right. I'm very interested to see what he could do with this movie, and this will be his second to last film.
Yeah, I know. Only 2 more films away from retirement. So what do you got to say, Andrew? I'm sure you have some thoughts, at least.
I don't care what it's about. It's still my most anticipated for, what is it, 2019 it's coming out?
Yeah, because next year they're filming. So.
It's still my most. I know 2019's over a year away, but it's my most anticipated 2019. Nothing's gonna change that. I love Quentin Tarantino. He's my favorite director, so I don't care.
All right, so
it could be about a dance like fucking carrot for fucking 2.5 hours, and I'll still fucking enjoy the fuck out because I'm sure the writing will be fantastic.
Yeah, and honestly, it's Tarantino we're talking about, so I trust what he's doing, whatever he's going to do. All right, and my last topic. Now, this is something that's new and something I definitely want to talk about because you want to talk about award shows just being shitty and just they don't know what the hell they're doing. A bunch of retards who run these award shows, I swear to God. We got to talk about the movie Get Out. Now, Get Out is one of my favorite movies of the year. I saw it a second time, and I loved it even more. I just think it's such a unique and creative horror film. It's so great. What a fantastic film. And
apparently the funniest movie of the year, apparently.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. The Golden Globes have two categories when it comes to nominating Best Picture. There's one, Best Drama, and the other, it's Best Comedy or Musical. Comedies and musicals are in the same category. Now, apparently, they're considering Get Out a comedy. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Get Out has one character that's a comedy relief character. He's the main character's best friend. Granted, he's really funny in the movie. He brings humor from time to time. With that being said, though, Golden Globes, you need to understand something. Get Out is most definitely not primarily a comedy at all.
It's a horror film.
It's a horror film, and
it's more of a drama film than a comedy.
Yeah. I saw some people like, oh, well, it's not a drama film, so they might as well put it in the comedy section. Like, no, because it's not a comedy. Just like 2 years ago when they nominated The Martian for Best Comedy. Like, The Martian is not primarily a comedy. That's a drama.
Exactly.
Same with Get Out. Get Out is not. I think it's stupid because Owen Buckton says it's a horror comedy, but it's still not primarily a comedy, though. Like, there's humor from time to time. And
I'll say this.
What?
Scream is a horror comedy, but I still would not nominate Scream for Best Comedy. It's a horror movie.
Yeah. And I think Scream also has more humor than Get Out.
Exactly, yeah. It's still, yes, it has more humor than Get Out, but it's still primarily a horror movie.
Scream is like definitely in a horror genre.
Mm-hmm. And if anything, they should just nominate My Whole Life for that Best Comedy of the Year because My Life is a Joke.
Oh Jesus, that got dark real fast. Oh God, but
or they could just nominate the Lego Batman movie because that's a comedy.
That's what I was about to say. Like, if you want to nominate a comedy, nominate the Lego Batman movie. And for people that are like, oh, but it's an anime movie, they nominated Toy Story 2 for Best Comedy back in 1999, well 2000. But so why can't they do it for the Lego Batman?
Who gives a shit? Because the Golden Globes mean absolutely nothing.
And Jordan Peele even called them out. They're like, what the fuck's so funny about my movie? I mean, except for that one character, and like that brings humor maybe 3 or 4 times in a movie, and like it's not a comedy at all. Not. So I think it's really dumb. They should just categorize it for Best Drama. They're saying that there's a lot of competition in the Best Drama, apparently, but who cares?
Oh. It's probably just pretentious bullcrap.
Because I bet the Florida Project and Call Me By Your Name is so much better than Get Out.
Yeah, and they also do that stupid thing where they nominate 5 movies too. So that.
Oh, and I'm sure that the Florida Project is so much better than Logan or Dunkirk or, Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
No, what should be nominated for comedy? Baby Driver.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that, actually.
Yeah.
Or heck, even musical. Even though it's not really a musical, but music is primarily used in the movie.
Exactly. Like, hey, musicals use music to move the plot along.
No, bullshit with Kevin Spacey. They're probably going to be like, nope, we can't touch it.
All right, listen. All right, never mind. I'm not going to even get into it.
We're not even going to.
I'll talk about it with these guys off the podcast. But
yeah, and Owen's like, why only 5 is so limited? I'm asking myself the same question. I have no idea why only 5.
Like I said, you're talking about
right thing.
Oh, you can go.
The only right thing the Golden Globes ever did was last year nominating Deadpool for Best Comedy and 2 years ago for nominating Mad Max Fury Road for Best Drama. So
I'll say this. You're talking about the award show that had Aaron Taylor Johnson win over Mahershala Ali, Jeff Bridges. It got nominated over Michael Shannon and John Goodman. So
yeah.
Take that for what it's worth.
Yeah. And listen, I know a lot of people love La La Land and shit like that, but sorry. Ryan Reynolds should have won for his performance in Deadpool. I'm sorry.
I think it should have been Andrew Garfield. No way, Andrew Garfield was drama. Oops, I don't give a shit.
In either case, Get Out, they should change that. It should not be in the best comedy category. It's not primarily a comedy. Just because a movie has humor. Like Nate even said in my Facebook post, like that's like saying Logan's a comedy because there's humor in it at times.
Exactly.
Yeah, like just because there's humor in a movie does not mean it's a
That's like saying, you know, like Ant-Man or like the Avengers are comedies because they're not comedies. They have humorous parts in it, but they're not comedies.
Yeah, exactly. So I just that's just my whole thing. You know, I don't blame Jordan Peele for calling them out. I'm with him 100%. And even like the actor, the funny guy, I forget his real life name, but he even tweeted out saying like, "Is this weird that they're nominated for comedy? Because really, the concept of the movie is not funny."
Yeah,
it's like
it's very sadistic.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you've seen the movie and you know the twist that happens, you're like, "Oh my god, it's crazy."
Yeah.
So that's pretty much sums up my thoughts on that. Golden Globes, you are mistaken. You are a joke, I think. Yeah, you suck.
All right. So, I guess it's my turn. It's my turn to. Oh man, now I got Andrew doing it. Okay, so my topics are going to be I got two trailer discussions, and I got one, I guess you could say, actual topic. My first, I'll talk about this one. I'll get this one out of the way first. My actual topic is that Rian Johnson will be doing a new Star Wars trilogy.
Oh yes, I heard about that. Yeah, that's cool.
This was like a freaking bombshell. Like, I did not expect this at all. And yeah, I'm excited as hell because, like Andrew said before, more Star Wars, the better. Like, seriously, what they could do with new characters and stuff like that, because this is going to be a new trilogy with new characters and stuff like that. That gets me hyped out of my mind. And Rian Johnson's doing it. I know we haven't seen The Last Jedi yet, but I have a feeling that movie's going to probably be really good. So, yeah, I have
a lot of faith in him in the new movie if they're going to have him do a new trilogy already.
Exactly. So, I'm really excited. You know, like we said, more Star Wars, the better. And, yeah, hopefully it could be something really cool. So, yeah.
Okay.
Next up, the post-trailer discussion.
Yes, I'm excited for this movie.
I'm excited as hell for this movie because of many reasons. One, it's it stars both Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, and two, it's being directed by my favorite director of all time, Steven Spielberg,
the Streep monster.
But and this does not look Oscar bait at all to me. This actually looks like a legitimate, great movie. You know what I mean? Like how primarily some of these films could look like, but no, this doesn't look like that at all. This actually looks like a really interesting film, especially with the story behind it and all that. A lot of people are comparing it somewhat to Spotlight, which I can see why, because it kind of follows that same similar story with the newspaper and stuff like that.
Yeah, I even said Spielberg's version of Spotlight, which is not a bad thing, not an insult at all. I'm like, Spotlight's a great movie, so
yeah,
doing what version.
I love Spotlight.
Yeah, Spotlight is a great film.
Yeah.
This looks really great. Definitely seems like it's gonna have some great performances in it with Meryl Streep. She'll probably obviously get nominated no matter what, but
that's a prediction I already have. She's nominated for Best Actress.
Yeah, but it actually does seem like from the looks of the trailer, she's actually seems like she's actually going to give a great performance.
Hey, if she deserves it, she deserves it. If this is another Into the Woods situation, fuck the Academy.
Don't even get me started on that. She did not deserve that nomination. I'm sorry for Into the Woods.
And Tom Hanks, who he's freaking Tom Hanks, he's the man. So obviously, it seems like he's going to give a great performance. So yeah, I'm very interested in this film. I cannot wait to see it. So yeah, the post, it looks really phenomenal.
Oh, I agree. I can't wait for that. Unfortunately, it's going to be one of those limited releases, so everyone's going to probably see it in January, to be honest.
And now, my last topic. I'm so excited to talk about this. Oh, man. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool as Bob Ross is the greatest thing to ever grace humanity.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
This Deadpool teaser trailer has to be the most glorious trailer I think I've seen all year. Even more, I'm going to go as far as to even say I love it more than the Star Wars trailer. I'm dead serious. This is like the most glorious trailer I've seen all year.
Too bad I haven't seen either.
Because it's like, it starts off, it's like a Bob Ross. If you've ever seen, the Bob Ross episodes, This is exactly what this is. He has the afro. And
Yeah. It was really funny.
and like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but like when he's talking about the colors, like they're like actual names. Like there's Clockwork Orange, Men in Black, Betty White, as he says it in the trailer. And then, like, he's painting this with like a yellow snow or something like that. He's like painting, and then the transition, and then once they transition, the painting's all finished.
Yeah.
And then like he says, imagine me like riding in all that white powder. Man, God, I love cocaine. Or, holy fuck knuckles, I am high as a kite right now, which is like my favorite line ever now.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh man, like that was fantastic. I loved it. Like it was so great. Like it was just like the most glorious thing I could possibly have ever imagined. It's Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool as Bob Ross. And then, and the funniest moment was like he's like looking at the painting again, and like it's all spread in red, and he like drops the thing, and it says technical standby, and then we get actual footage from the movie. Like it's literally like clips go off like every second in that, and the movie looks insane just by those like tiny little clips we see. Like he's in a coffin, like fire's going around, like what is going on? And then we cut back to him as Bob Ross, and we have this whole painting, that first poster with them at the Thanksgiving table. And then he ends it with, keep your dreams wet, and remember, drugs, hugs, not drugs. Like, I'm like, this is like the most genius thing ever. Like, and it works so much, because for one, it's a teaser trailer. Like, this actually legitimately felt like a teaser trailer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it felt like an actual teaser trailer. Like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this movie. Like, the marketing is fantastic. Like, I have a feeling the marketing for this movie is just going to be, if not better than the marketing for the first movie. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously, this marketing has been already fantastic just by this first trailer alone. Like, I love it. Like, seriously, I can't stop watching it. Like, I want a whole Netflix series now of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool as Bob Ross painting pictures. I want a whole series now of that.
Let me ask you both something, because I know both of you were not a big fan of the movie Atomic Blonde, and it's the same director of Atomic Blonde that's doing Deadpool 2. Does that make you maybe a little skeptical?
No, because every director has their misstep, I feel like.
Except for Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, but you get my point. Like I
get it.
They always have to misstep. I feel like they could do something really good with this. I do have good faith in the director of this to give us a really good movie. Okay. And just by that trailer, God, I can't stop thinking about that trailer, man. That's like, honest to God, like that's like one of the funniest things I think I've ever witnessed in my life. Like when he's like, "I'm gonna whack off again,"
yeah,
like beat it like it owes you money. I'm so excited for Deadpool 2. It's like my second most anticipated movie of next year. I'm hyped as hell for it.
No, it's definitely in my top 10 most anticipated. I'm just not sure where, but it's definitely on there.
All right. So, yeah, those are my topics. Man.
All right, Andrew, you're ending the show tonight with your topics. So what are your movie topics for today?
I got 2 movie reviews of movies that I saw over this weekend. The first one I will do is The Killing of a Sacred Deer. Now, this movie, I'm not going to pronounce his name because I'll just butcher the fuck out of it, but it's by the same director who did The Lobster, and it stars Colin Farrell, who is also in The Lobster, and it's produced by A24, which also produced The Lobster. Now, I know there are people who love The Lobster. I wasn't too big of a fan of it. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a little bit too weird for me, and I just overall thought The Lobster was a bit boring. And and I know there are people who love this movie too, but I just didn't. This bored the ever living shit out of me.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, hey, it could be for you. It just wasn't for me. I just wasn't interested.
I mean, I still have not seen the film, so
I just wasn't interested because I felt. And then once I found out what was going on, I was like, okay, this could get better, but it didn't get better for me. I think Colin Farrell gives a really good performance. Nicole Kidman's in it. I didn't really care for her. I felt like she could have been played by anybody. Also, I don't know her name, but the little girl from Tomorrowland's in this.
Robert. No. You said little girl. Never mind.
Yeah. She's in this, and she was okay, I guess. And then one of the kids from Dunkirk was in this, and I felt like I didn't like the direction they did with his character, like just the acting of it. I thought, yes, he was doing what he was told, but I just didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I was just bored. I want to say it was a little bit under 2 hours, but I felt like I was in the theater forever. I give it, if I were to rate it, I'll give it, 4 out of 10. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. That's all it was. It just wasn't my type of movie. Don't let what I'm saying discourage anybody from seeing it, because what does my opinion matter? Form your own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and my second movie is apparently a movie that I'm the only other fucking person on this earth that's heard of this movie and seen this movie.
Yeah. Never heard of this movie till you.
Never heard of this.
I'll explain. It's called Beach Rats. Now, okay, I'm actually curious. What do you two? I mean, I told Diego what it's about, but Double Nine, what do you think this movie is about based off the title Beach Rats?
Something freaking weird. I don't know.
Okay. Now, I did see it's produced by a new production company called Neon. I also saw Ingrid Goes West earlier this year, and it's also produced by Neon. And I saw Ingrid Goes West in the theater, and I did see the trailer for Beach Rats in that, and I was intrigued. It did look a little Oscar baity, but I was intrigued. I recently saw that it was online, so I got nothing to do. Let me check it out, because I was kind of interested in seeing it. And the best way to describe this movie is, and it's not a bad movie. I'll tell you that right now. It's not a bad movie. It was good. I enjoyed myself. I don't regret seeing it. But I will say this: it's pretty much. I do think it's a little Oscar baity, and I think. It's pretty much a poor man's Moonlight. And what I mean by that is it's pretty much like kind of like Moonlight, where it's set in Brooklyn, actually near Coney Island, or like that area.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly Brooklyn. Maybe I'm just making that up. But it's where Coney Island is. It's that area in New York.
Okay.
And it's it's like with white people instead of black, and it's not separated into like 3 parts like Moonlight. It's just focused on one kid. It's not that long of a period of time that passes, and basically he I do if my memory serves me correctly, this is what the IMDb synopsis is. And it is this one kid struggles between balancing his home life with hanging out with his friends and his girlfriend, and but he also likes chatting with older men online who want to hook up with him, and he wants to hook up with them. So that's what I mean by it's a poor man's Moonlight. It's this one kid who's trying to find himself, doesn't know if he's gay or straight, because constantly throughout the movie he's hanging out with this girl and messing around with this girl, but he's also on this website, looking at old dudes like touch themselves. So I actually think that the main actor, and I don't know his name, I think he does a really good job. He is from Ireland, actually, and I believe that he was legitimately from New York. So I thought he did a really good job in making me believe that he was this character. I think he does a really good job. I don't think it's good enough to warrant Oscar nomination, but I do think he does a really good job. Now, my biggest problem with the movie is that other than him, I don't care about any of the characters. I don't think any of them are developed at all. They're very, very thin characters. Like, his mom kind of gives him a hard time. And I have no reason, they give no reason why his mom gives him a hard time. Or they give no reason why, yes, I get it. He keeps it a secret from his friends that he may be gay because he doesn't want his friends to make fun of him. It's sort of this masculinity thing. But I have no reason to care for the friends. I think other than him, none of the characters are really developed that much. I think the way he treats his girlfriend is kind of stupid. I mean, if you think you're gay and you're doing this with going on this site, I don't understand why he would be messing around with this girl because I don't think he's bisexual. I think he knows that he's gay because he does say in the movie, I don't know what I like, but I think he knows what he likes because he's constantly going back to this site wanting to hook up with older men. There are a couple scenes where he does hook up with older men. But I just think the writing is very, very pretty weak. Like for most part, the characters are very weak. I think the writing is pretty weak. I feel like it is a little bit Oscar baity. And like I said, it feels like it's trying too hard to be what Moonlight was, because I don't know if when this was filmed, when this was made, but honestly, I got the impression that this was purely made because Moonlight did so well during award season. And I mean, I want movies to be made because they're trying to, like, other than that, like, movies, I don't watch, at least I wouldn't want to make a movie for an award. I would want to make it because it's my passion, Yeah. And, but like I said, the only other person that I think would come close to getting an award, which I don't even think it's like that great of a performance, is the main actor. If I were to rate this, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Like I said, while the characters and writing is pretty weak, I think that his performance and some things I like. But I felt like it didn't feel like something new. It felt like exactly what I kind of saw last year with Moonlight, except for it's over a shorter period of time. The characters aren't that interesting, and he's white instead of black, and he's from Brooklyn, not Miami, or New York, not Miami.
Okay,
but
I think like you said, you're the only person who knows that this movie is not. No one in the chat is even talking about the movie, so
I know What the Flick did a review on it.
I'm not a fan of What the Flick, to be honest.
I know. So I'm probably one of 3 people to see this movie.
Yeah, because even before you brought it up to me, I'm like, "What the hell is Beach Rats?" And you told me you saw it.
Yeah,
what the fuck is that?
because I go, "Oh, I saw Beach Rats," and Dave was like, "What?" And then, everybody's asking me what Beach Rats is. I'm like, it's kind of like Moonlight, but not as good.
Okay. All right. Well, and that's all you got. That's all your topics, right, Andrew?
Yes, I actually looked up to what a beach rat is, and it's just pretty much someone who hangs around the beach a lot. And they do hang around the beach a fair amount in this movie, but, it's like someone who, pretty much lives at the beach.
Okay. All right, and that is a wrap for our 3rd episode of the MTVM Podcast.
All right.
I want to thank you guys for doing this podcast with me, and I want to thank people in the live chat. It's been pretty active today. I appreciate it, like always. I do have an announcement in terms of future podcasts and stuff. It's not
announcements.
Yeah, it's a mini announcement. Starting next week, you guys can people in the live chat, because this is referring to people in the live chat. Anyone who wants to request topics, you guys totally can do that. If there's an article or, an album review or maybe a movie trailer you guys want us to discuss, you can message me on Facebook or any other social media platform, or you can even ask Andrew or Double Nine as well if they want to talk about something.
Yeah, I'm always down to watch a movie. Fuck it, I've fucking reviewed Beach Rats. Like,
Yeah.
I'll review anything.
Yeah, and like if you have it, like if there's an album you guys want us to talk about, like I'll probably listen to it. I mean, I like listening to new music and getting introduced to new stuff, so that works for me. I guess for video games it'd be a little bit more difficult because
same thing with TV shows.
Yeah, TV shows can be very time consuming, especially at a time where, this time of the busy is usually very hectic and all that kind of stuff.
I'll say this. If there's a TV show that you want me to review, I will take it into consideration. Keep in mind that I do have a lot of TV shows that I do want to watch and do plan on reviewing on here after I watch them. But, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. You guys can request topics, so that's the announcement. But, yeah, do you guys have anything to say before I end the broadcast?
Well, thank you all in the live chat for watching our podcast. I can safely say that this third installment did not suck. This was actually a really great episode. I did have a blast as usual, and can't wait for next week for episode number Cuatos for episode Cuato next week.
Yep, and actually, I'm not even sure because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so I don't know if I can do it for next Thursday, but I'll let you guys know, the announcements and all that kind of stuff. But we will have one next week. I'm not sure what day yet.
We could do it. If you're off Saturday, we could do that if you want to.
Next Saturday?
Yeah, if you want to do Saturday, we could try and do that.
Yeah, I'll have to see.
All right.
I'll let you guys know because these next few days are going to be kind of
hectic.
So,
all right.
And Andrew, you got anything to say?
I really enjoyed this episode. Hopefully, I did a very good job in reviewing Beach Rats, considering I'm like the only person ever to have seen it. Hopefully, that I sort of made you interested in seeing it, and or I enlightened you about this movie, because honestly, that was my main thing with going into that review. Because, like I said, not many people have seen it. I'm like one of like 2 people that have seen it. So.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully I kind of make you guys interested in seeing it or not interested in you seeing it. Hopefully I did a good job in doing what I was supposed to do with my Beach Rats review.
Yeah. All right, guys. So like I said, that's a wrap for the podcast. So I will see you guys next week. And until then, guys, stay classy.
See ya.